internet.
I guess so.
Nintendo internet. And my thoughts, like, because I know there are at least 3 drow out there. There's the one I Hunter's Mark and it ran off. There was the one you dominated and that one ran off as well. And then there's the spellcaster. So there's at least those 3.
Yeah. So how are you all looking in terms of health and resources and whatnot? Do we think we're going to need a rest?
I mean, I got hit by a sword earlier, but like I was so inspired by someone's temporary hit points that I don't feel hurt at all.
I certainly feel like I need a rest.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, 'cause you bloody died, didn't you?
Did you eat the berries I put on your body? Like,
Yeah, I did.
you have 15 good berries.
Okay.
Each one is
What
1 hit
about
point.
your just shovel handfuls of berries into your mouth?
I think like they're either very large or like very chewy because they take 6 seconds each to eat.
You gotta
So
really
have
savor
That's
them.
more like fruit. Like me.
Have I eaten those already? And that's how I'm
I think someone
currently at
healed you
24.
as well.
I
Okay.
healed you as well. If you're
Well,
doing
I will
okay for
eat those two berries.
resources, if you're doing okay for resources, I can just heal you up some more, so we don't have to rest.
Yeah, not too bad. I could use, if we even had a short rest, then I could get my beast shape back.
Do you not have any uses of that left?
No.
Okay.
You know, like, if we rest, won't that give the drow time to escape?
Yeah, unless
They
we
did
station iron
close
vultures at
themselves
the,
in, though, didn't they?
Yeah, did they collapse the tunnel or not? Or is it
Yeah,
still open?
when we went by the tunnel, we had said it was collapsed.
That's the tunnel. They collapsed that long before we arrived. That's the tunnel that leads to the Baylor. Alleged Baylor.
Alright. Yeah, so if we have iron vultures at the entrance and at that tunnel, just in case they try to reopen it somehow, I guess there's nowhere for them to go, is there? But they could take the hour time to like set up traps or like reinforce the defensive positions, so they can make their final stand.
But that spellcaster used a lot of spells as well. Like maybe we should attack while she's low as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many they'd get back on a short rest, but they might get something back.
I don't know how wizards work.
Yeah. Depends what kind of spellcaster they are, I guess. We wouldn't know.
Dally, you're a wizard. Like, how many will she get back?
Well, I am not a wizard.
But you cast the life spell.
Yes, I can use magic, but let's just say wizard is not a term that I feel applies to me.
Cass almost taught me the life spell, but I wanted to learn how to like make plants grow instead.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I guess it all comes down to whether we think something may be lost as a result of a short rest, or whether we're. I'm just concerned if we rush back out, we might be biting off more than we can chew.
Are we losing more than we're gaining, or are they gaining more than we're gaining with us moving forward? Is the real question.
Well, they seem to be dispersed at the moment. Like, if we give them time, they can like group up.
Yeah, I don't know. Should we vote on it, or what's the best way to decide?
I mean, like, are any of us so injured we like can't continue, or are we still pretty good?
I'm pretty
So-
good.
Yeah, I think those of us that aren't touched look pretty good. There's just one person died, and they were brought back up to safety.
Yeah. So if we do go forward, I won't be able to take like go up front. I'll be more in the background.
That's fine. I can handle being up front.
Okay. Yeah. All right. If I could get healed back up, then yeah, we can just go for it.
I have 5 more berries if you want them.
All right.
I'll hand him 5 good berries.
And are we going to be posting Iron Vultures at choke points or no? Because I know we didn't wall off that left way passage coming in like we had planned because someone lost concentration.
Well, it is currently walled off, I think, but I might be wrong. It's marked as walled off on the map, but that might just be old data.
Yeah, it's not anymore. It was my wall
Okay.
that I lost.
Excellent. I shall remove that.
And I think like literally dying might be a bit bad with the concentration.
Yeah,
Accurate.
No, I can concentrate through death. It's fine.
Yeah.
That should be a feat.
just takes practice.
Hmm.
In addition to the Death Pact Warlock, maintain concentration through death.
Oh, great idea. While you discuss it, I'll be gone for 2 minutes. I won't be any longer than that, as usual.
Yeah,
All
looking
All
at the
right.
map,
There's 5 of us here, so there won't be an even vote.
no, looking at the map, there's more of the catacombs left to explore than I expected, to be honest. There's still almost half of it left to explore.
A little more than half because we only went through 3 rooms basically.
Good point.
Yeah, if there's even an equal amount of guys left, we could be in trouble if we
It's
rush back out.
at least 3.
Well, let's see. Hmm.
I mean, we could do some of what's left and then take a rest and then move on.
Yeah.
The main thing I want to ensure is that there's not another way into the catacombs. Because there's only one that people knew of, and everyone who found that out died finding it out. And then they have no idea what's going on otherwise. So that tunnel that we saw that was collapsed, we knew about already, but we don't know if there's another tunnel.
Right.
So I know there's like what, at least 3 drow left. And then there's the ghost warriors that I'm not sure if that will fuck with us. They've just been watching us.
Yeah, they seemed like they weren't looking to pick a fight. As long as we stayed out of their business anyway.
Yeah. How many of us are immune to the mummy's gaze or whatever now? In case there's more.
I think
I
most
think
of
I am,
us.
though.
Yeah.
Did
I-
one of us get knocked out?
Not
I was out before I saw any mummies, so I would still be vulnerable to it.
Someone failed, but I don't think they got failed by more than 5.
Oh, okay.
I'm muted. Yeah, I don't think the mummies pose much threat in the end.
Well, if we want to do half and half, so we'd clear a little bit and rest, and then clear the rest. How about we clear the rooms closest to the northern and south intersections of the main stairs, and then we can have Iron Vultures post up there while we wait a bit, and then clear the remaining half of the dungeon.
Yeah. If we do that, it'd actually probably be best via stationing the Iron Vultures. Like, Drow can be good at assassinating all they want, but they can't handle a person around the corner seeing a body drop.
Station them so they all see each other.
Yeah, but not so they're in line of sight of anyone attacking.
That's not
So there's plenty of
there's a
time
lot of
for an alarm to
corridors
be
here.
raised.
There's a lot of firing lines.
Specifically at those U-bends would probably be best. Because we're trying to clear the north and south entrances, basically, from the coming down here.
Yeah, so you want them to basically move up. If you're on the like move up further than that, up to like beyond here. Is that what you mean? The U bend?
There's like 2 U-shaped bends.
Yeah,
I can't
and
see
then
the map
and
because it's
more or less parallel with the main set of stairs, more or less,
Yeah.
right? Is that what? Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
but
That's
have
cool.
people so they can see if someone's to drop, so an alarm can be raised.
Sure. We've got lots of them, so we can, I think we brought 20 of them or something, or maybe even 50. Might be 50. So there's lots of men, however you look at it. Yeah. So if that's an idea, I'll go ahead and do that. Everyone, no one has any objection.
I think that's fine.
Except that we haven't explored all the way that far yet, have we? They could be.
No,
just
we
walking-
have not.
Yeah, that's true,
No,
yeah.
we just what we're saying is we're going to clear up until those U bends, and then
Right. Okay.
And then post them up and then rest and then clear the rest.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds fair.
So we got 2 rooms to clear and then we get our rest.
Okay.
Then as we clear, we're in the bottom half now. As we finish clearing the bottom half, we want to have Iron Vultures go ahead and come and cover that flank. Again, enough to see if anyone drops, someone can sound an alarm. And then we just go up and clear that room, then post Iron Vultures there.
That's good to me.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Do you want? Would you like your mace to glow with the light of daylight before we head out?
I'd rather you avoid daylight.
Yeah.
I can
Or
just put
cobalt.
light on my sword.
You don't think it'll do more good than harm to be shoving some daylight in the drow's face?
It's also in my face. That hurts.
It would be something that would be better to spring on them than for them to see coming.
Okay.
All right. Are we ready to move?
Think so.
I'd say so.
Alright.
If you've got a bit of healing, I'm still 20, a little over 20 hit points down.
I could throw another heal on you, but if we're just about to rest, I'm not sure if it would be worth it.
I can throw a cure wounds.
Sure. Okay, thanks.
At least I think I have a cure wounds. Hold up. I do. All right.
Spiders crawl along the floor, the wall, the
Excellent.
roof here. There's a significant amount of cobwebs, but there's clear evidence that the drow have plundered this area. They didn't take a lot of care with it either. Positively human in their barbarism, their lack of decorum and finesse, just grabbing bones and pouring them onto the floor as they rifle through the remains to see what exists. Countless spiders flee from you as we approach. Not so much as to be any kind of real threat, but their numbers are significant. I'll bring you down, Edwin, with the rest of the party
Okay.
since you've been moved. Yeah, so you're now down here like the rest of us. At least I think we're all together.
All right. I'll be proceeding carefully, effectively trying to take the dodge action as I go.
Yeah, sure. Rattling in your plate chain, whatever it is.
Yeah, I think I'm in full plate. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I guess can I try this? And I guess I'll try to stick to the shadows to make him like, I guess, more tempting. If I'm more hidden.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, they're moving through the corridor. You know, there's nowhere to hide anyway. But it will help when you're at corners, for example. So go ahead and make a stealth roll, Carrick noobs. Debbie, as mentioned before, this area has quite clearly been plundered. Bones are scattered all over the floor. The old iconography of ancient Tempest tabards and rusted sword hilts, broken faceplates and visors and the like. If they were useful as cultural relics once upon a time, they're much less so now when the drow have just whole scale swept them out of those burial alcoves and cast them on the floor like so much rubbish.
Gotcha. All right. Doesn't seem to be anything in here, so I'm gonna continue down the hall.
Mm. You're approaching one of the U-bends that Raz referred to earlier. Yeah, a choke point, a known choke point, since this was where we had ourselves anticipated positioning some of our warriors.
We need to make sure that part's clear, and then we can call for our vultures.
Looks like a dead body ahead.
It is the remains of a creature. It's that demonic ichor that sits up there as a pool of demonic ichor on the floor. It's no longer bubbling or hissing. It's just like a tarry stain. You will find the only substance that is solid within that tar is a pair of crossbow bolts.
Gotcha. I will continue. Am I able to just kind of step over it? Not have to step in it.
Absolutely.
All right, and then I'm gonna try and peek around carefully.
As you bring light around the corner, the countless spiders flee. They number in the hundreds.
Gotcha.
Does like demonic ichor have like a consistent like time until it stops bubbling? Like, could we, if we knew that, could we know how long ago like the drow like killed it?
I suppose you can make an Arcana check, but any research you've ever done has been today, so
Yeah, that,
you don't have a lot of knowledge to draw upon.
I will try guidance. I'll ask Cass if he knows.
Yeah, sure.
19.
He does not. It's only probably been at most 15 minutes since our climatic battle. Since that time, we've fought the mummies and consolidated and discussed things. Maybe it's been as much as half an hour, perhaps, since our real-time discussion is probably around about the same amount of length of time that the characters have discussed things. In any case, it's been less than an hour, if that helps at all.
If this is clear, then we can go ahead and pull back and trade in with the Iron Vultures. Devi's up there, right?
Yep.
Everyone okay with pulling the Iron Vultures and station them here?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Mhm.
And I'll put a couple
How-
down.
How many do we think at each U?
That is a good question.
Probably at least
If y'all are
3.
fine, yeah, I would say at least 2 per sight line, but
mean-
so like 6 maybe. But if
there's
y'all don't want to put that many,
There's at least 3 drow, so there should be at least 3, I think. I reckon. But I'm not like a commander or anything.
6 at
3 of-
each U for 2 for each sight line sounded good to me.
all right. Yeah, because
Yep.
I just want to have as much flesh and bone in the way as possible to give the last line time to call out, like, "Hey, there's shit going on."
And should we also station a pair at the base of each stairway here?
Can do.
I'm fine with that.
Hold on, pulling up the map again. Got it. Peek around the corner.
This is where a fairly significant battle happened. You will, of course, see the ghosts up ahead who are regarding you thoughtfully. As you enter or approach the room, they draw their spectral weapons and raise their spectral shields, but they make no sound as they do so.
Gotcha. Since they seem to be staying here, I will leave them be.
I want to make sure we note to when we post Iron Vultures here to tell them not to fuck with that shit.
Yeah.
There's another dead body around this way.
Yeah, there's a lot of violence that went on here. Several arrows, several wounds, pretty significant. And yet more demonic ichor can be found here, as well as a series of teeth. Lots and lots of teeth of different shapes and sizes, tusks and shark teeth and human teeth and many others besides.
Remember, a drow ran down this way after killing like one of the demon moors.
And this is another U choke point, so we just need to make sure this is clear.
I don't see anything down there.
Nothing but kept spiders, countless spiders. You hear you hear a fart. Comes from that direction, and a awful stench drifts its way down through the confined corridors.
It's
All
one
right,
of the
we ready to
sport
head
ones.
back?
Yeah.
I think so.
Or should we
And
press on?
station. I think it was at least half of us said
That's
that
right.
they wanted to rest.
All right.
I feel like I'm in good condition. I've got no resources I can get back on a rest, so I'll take the hour to just remain vigilant and patrol
You said
behind the vulture line.
there was stuff we had found that we don't know what it is.
That's right. It hasn't been identified yet.
What was the stuff we
Oh.
found?
Let's have a look. I'll have to. It's a bit jumbled up. I'll basically have to go through the creatures that we killed to work out what it is. But we killed the house captain. He had some full plate, a nice helmet, a nice whip and a shield, some bangles, some boots. We killed the mage who had braces and a staff and a kind of bib necklace. I'll describe that more if we choose to examine it. A kimono. A bunch of the elite warriors had swords, and chokers, and amulets. They have had a few other oddities as well. Once again, that will be described if you're interested. And the mummies, in addition to that, had they're kind of like maces, but not really maces. They're regal rods, the kind of symbols of status and office that ancient
Scepters?
kings once used. Like scepters is a really good descriptor. Yeah, not exactly scepter, but it's still it is the best descriptor, as well as anks and death masks that they wore.
I'm sure we can take all these items up to the people who run the abbey because they have like a list of most of their items already, so they could easily identify them, right?
Good idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say instead of resting, I might I have identify 6 items.
I mean, if we're going up anyway, you know.
Mhm. And there's probably more than 6 things that belong to the drow that need to be identified by us anyway.
Yeah, I'm saying like we can prioritize what things we want to, um, what might be useful right now.
Hmm.
Well, we can always go up and see if they can identify some of the things for us, and anything they can't, you can identify. Anything that seems important.
The priests
Yeah.
don't have any catalogs or ability to do it. Like they might be able to give some historical reference, but they wouldn't be able to tell you the magical powers, to put it crudely, because they don't have the identify spell.
I guess no other way than to just blindly attune to them and find out that way.
I mean, I have the spell identify.
Oh, you do? Okay, that's good then.
Yeah, it's a what's it called? A domain spell.
Domain spell, right? Yeah.
Forgot Forge Cleric's got that.
Yeah, it is. I didn't know, but that's a good power for them to have. It's an appropriate power.
It fits them, yeah.
All right.
And the hour just patrolling behind the the Iron Vulture lines.
Sure. So not at rest then?
No, I'm keeping vigilant.
No. Good.
And
Good.
so I won't be resting either. I'll be what things should I identify? Because I can do a ritual. It's 10 minutes per item.
I'll
That's
very briefly go through them again, since we have to. I assume we have detect magic, right? Someone has that.
I have
No?
it.
Yeah, cool. So If you spend 10 minutes casting as a ritual, that will take
Oh,
up
sorry, I do
obviously
not
10
have it.
minutes.
Sorry.
You do not have it, right? Does anyone have detect magic then?
I don't.
All right,
Guess
this
not.
makes things harder because like we have no idea which things are magical and which things are not. And we might cast identify on something that is mundane, thus wasting 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Would any of the people at the Abbey have it?
Is detect magic a cleric spell? I don't think
It is a
it
cleric spell. It's on this cleric spell list.
Right. In that case, I'll check it out, but I don't think that they do. It's not the sort of spell they would have prioritized in a situation like this. Cure Wounds, Guiding Bolt, Sanctuary. Yeah, no. Cure Wounds, Bless, Heroism, Shield of Fate. Their first level spells do not include detect magic.
Fair enough. I guess you just have to pick stuff that looks fancy, I suppose.
I mean, their wizard might have had it. So I mean, anything from the tomb that the drow were using was probably magic.
Let me see. There was armor. There was a helmet. There was swords. I think we can skip the swords, maybe. And then there was jewelry.
Yeah, they've got chainmail, ring, necklace, amethyst amulet, mithril ring, a strange cloak, full plate, helm, whip, shield, bangles, boots, braces, staff, necklace, camino, swords, chokers, amulets, dice, amethysts, anks, death masks, 4 different types of scepters. Like, there is a lot of shit. And without knowing which ones are magical and which ones are not, you risk wasting the entire hour.
The strange cloak, does it have a symbol on the back?
The strange cloak, no, it does not. It looks like it is made of the skin of an exotic creature, some kind of reptile.
All right. I think the cloak might be one.
Can I try to identify the creature?
Yeah, you can. You can make a nature check.
Can I use guidance in this one?
Yeah.
$18.
18's not bad. You think it is some kind of subterranean lizard, but the specifics you're not sure. It's not a dragon, but that there are 1,001 different species of lizard in the Underdark that it might be. Probably something exotic. It's a greenish blue color, kind of iridescent, quite pretty to be honest, and it's relatively valuable. So not a common lizard, something exotic.
Do we want to move inspection of items up to safety?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. And since we have enough iron vultures, you said we have like 50. Was that it?
I think so. I think we brought 50 dudes.
So then there's
maybe we only brought
14.
like 20 iron vultures and 30 scouts or something, but I can't remember the exact numbers, and that was really something that Flint was keeping track of.
I was wondering just for staggering shifts of the watch. thing. I don't know if we have enough for 3 separate watches, just so people don't get tired or complacent.
It's only going to be an hour, isn't it? I think it'll be okay.
No, but he's just gonna look at them like he knows something and pick out 6 items.
Sure.
I think these items look cool. You should look at these ones.
All right.
All right. So this is what we're spending our hour doing. Some of you are resting. Some of you are not on patrol, but rather in a defensive stasis. And so Nooble begins his process of elimination. The helmet.
This is just a random kobold suggestion. It's not actually the person with the spell. Those are just my suggestions.
Yeah,
Sure,
that's
sure.
fine. I'll go with it.
Okay.
The helmet. The necklace is is not magical.
All right.
The staff. Staff seems to have been brought up by the drow from the Underdark. The mithril ring. Let's see. We have mithril chokers. We have the mithril necklace, mithril bangles. Oh, there we go. Mithril amethyst and jet ring is non-magical. The cloak is non-magical, and the tomb short swords are +1 short swords.
All right. Oh, it's not bad. 50% for stab in the dark ain't bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll explain what when I find stuff, I'll explain what they do.
I wonder what the dwarves would think. Because it's a dwarven helmet, isn't it?
It looks dwarven, it's dwarven inspired, but it is a human helmet. The Tempest priests simply copied the dwarven design. Yeah, it's probably some dwarf rolling in his grave about IP violation or something.
Yeah, so he just sort of plops. So I was like, I wonder what the dwarves would think about this.
We won't have time for attunement since attunement takes an hour.
Yep.
Now, how many of those short swords did we find?
However many elites we killed, I'm not sure how many that is. I'm going to guess at 5, but but I'm not sure. It'll take me a while to count them.
That's a nice helmet though.
Hmm.
Is this a short rest? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone hurting on health that can use a potion?
I guess I can roll some hit dice then.
Yeah.
There you go, I'm good. I almost rolled entirely too many d8s for chaos.
Oh yeah. Now I think about it, there is something I could be doing during the short rest.
Okay.
I think it only takes 10 minutes to give my to do my inspiring leader feat. Can't gain 10 hit points from this feat again until they finish a short or a long rest. Oh, so I have to wait till the end of the rest to do it. So the rest would take 1 hour and 10 minutes if we wanted to restore our temporary hit points.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Okay, give us a 10-minute speech.
Although I flavor it more as singing the songs of my people, so to speak. So if we are willing to take the time, then everybody would get 14 temporary hit points.
I don't see the Russian not taking that time.
And there's 5 of us, and 6 including Cass. So can he get them too?
Yeah.
Do you have to be able to understand the speaker, like for the feat?
Who can understand you?
Yeah, you have to be able to understand me.
Cass only speaks Draconic, so he cannot understand you.
Yeah, I can't speak Draconic, sadly, so yeah, I can't give it to him.
I do speak Draconic. Can I translate for him?
That's the question for after.
I don't think
I
that
think
would
something would be lost, like with the
Lost in translation.
Fair.
I mean, I'm just confused why they didn't give the sentient dragon ally like common.
No idea.
I'm not too knowledgeable on D&D lore and shit, but do dragons in the wild typically speak common?
Yes.
Or anything?
But most dragons speak multiple languages. They tend to be quite intelligent.
Yeah, they have extremely long lives to learn all that stuff too.
They'd be up here like Yoda, because Yoda's how he speaks is apparently like from a time before.
So, with your preparations done, there's nothing left but to get on with the job.
Seems like it.
Yeah, where do we want to go first?
Good question.
Oh,
Yeah, we
let's
can
go
either
the way
loot top or loot bottom.
the mouth demon was. Like I saw, that's the last place I saw some drow. I mean, I saw one running that way.
Yeah, sounds good a plan as any.
That is directly west of here.
I do want to ensure that both guard points are still holding, or if something broke through.
I would have been vigilant, so I'd have known if something did happen.
There's been no word from either of them. They've crushed scores of spiders under their feet. But apart from that, they just stare into the darkness.
All right then.
Good.
All right. So the Iron Vultures will withdraw. Is that what we want them to do?
Sorry about that. I'd want them to hold the opposite side of where we're going to hold. Sorry.
Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll move the ones on our side. I'll move them back. I was going to say it's a pretty good use of mercenaries or henchmen as the term used to be in early editions of D&D. Like some people would just push their henchmen in front of each other to set off the traps. But taking a bunch of guys to hold up.
I mean, that just seems like a very fast way of getting a bad reputation and no more henchmen. So we gonna go down the tunnel then?
These are only fairly narrow corridors to begin with, 7 feet wide roughly. And that poses a problem for this many people. Nonetheless, we position enough people.
And Rolf?
Believe so.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, Dev, you have the most armor. You should go first.
Yep.
I thought I disconnected from the roll 20.
All right, so Debbie, you're looking up ahead. You can see countless spiders retreating from your position. Many more have been crushed underfoot by the iron vultures in their enthusiasm and perhaps even boredom. The flatulent stench of the dretchers can be smelt quite prominently here. What's your passive perception?
It is a. Where is it? 13.
All right, brilliant. So you can't help but notice just how many spiders there are. They run into the cracks in between the ancient unmortared bricks, as well as cowering in every nook and cranny within the thick.
Well, unfortunately, we seem to be. Well, I seem to be having some Wi-Fi problems. There is a storm outside my house at the moment, so hopefully...
Moved all the way back for somehow. I don't know
Yeah,
how
I
that
didn't touch
happened.
you. Yeah, not sure either, but I'll put you down behind Dahlia.
Sorry. I think it
Yeah,
was
no
my
worries.
dog, to be honest.
Oh!
Because he just put his nose over my mouse, but I don't know how he clicked it.
Perfect.
I have
Well done.
returned.
So, like, there's this huge mass of spiders right there.
Yeah. It's obviously it's not concentrated the way the token is, but rather just sprawling all over the floor, everywhere.
All right.
There's a storm outside my house, so there might be a bit more connection issues on my end.
No worries.
So I'm not gonna do anything yet. I'm just gonna leave them be if they
You
just
are
stay there.
stabbed, Dahlia. You are immediate. It's not Dahlia. Debbie, you are immediately stabbed. as a hidden drow whose stealth roll is greater than your own perception check, drives both of his swords simultaneously into you. This drow appears to be moderately injured, although the worst of his injuries have been wrapped up with bandages. So, a pair of short sword attacks, gripping with poison. Has advantage on both. There's a 23.
No.
All right, and so it scrapes against your magical armor, and we enter initiative.
Does a 23 hit?
Does it-
And I thought when you said no, you were joking.
No. One higher he would have.
Where is he?
It's pretty nice.
Of course, that's 20 on initiative.
Well done. Beginning when you're basically at the rear, you know? Yeah, less useful.
Hold on.
Yeah, man.
I can't even see anything, and I don't want to get in front of the people who would probably do better close up. So I guess I'll cast Mouse Minute Meteors.
All right. So you have your meteor swirling ahead, ready to draw on and toss an opportunity presents.
And that'll be or
Yeah, they scrape on it. Mention that you're making if you're going to do it at a higher level, mention that before you cast the spell. Oh, that's it's 23 damage first level. Shit, right.
Rolled a
That's
10, an 8, and a
that's a lot.
5.
Right. I made the assumption that it was like a higher level. All right, it doesn't kill him, but it does open up the wounds that were already inflicted. Blades, and he suffered a lot of bites from the gaping maw creature, and the bandages begin to drip with blood as you open old wounds afresh.
All right, and that is my turn.
Cass.
I don't think I myself earned the initiative. It didn't go through. I'll roll this again. Oof.
All right.
no, he
Cass
actually
is,
went first.
Cass is waiting patiently.
Yeah, I'll just 10, 20, 30. Oh, I can see him. It is the guy who ran off earlier, isn't it?
He has the same wounds in the same place. You can see. I think he got bitten on the rump a few times by the gaping maw, and so he has a bleeding bottom.
Hey, look, Cass, it's the coward that ran away. We can get him now. Guess I'd like to try to shoot
He was
him.
camping the corner.
That he was.
35. I can move here. That's a better view, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much better. Although Debbie is still in the way, but it's still a better view.
I'll take some shots at him.
All right.
I'll have Cass infuse the first strike. That is if it hits. $25.
With ease.
I guess the second attack. 27, so even higher.
Much, yeah. Both of them are spot on accurate. Where do your perfectly accurate blows strike?
That's 18 points of damage.
What part of the body did you aim for?
I'm going to go for the head. Seems a nice
All
little
right.
shot as he comes around the corner.
The first one rips one of his ears off, and the second goes straight into his face, and he is slain instantly. All that preparing the for an hour and a half, it was to absolutely no avail.
Whoa, Cass, did you see that? Are you proud of me? You see like the small dragon give him like a small nod.
You just constantly seek approval of your companion.
Dragons are cool, and if they think you're cool, you're also cool.
That's the life of a kobold.
That's it.
I guess I'll end my turn there. Cass will just he'll fly there and end his turn there as well.
In one and two. That didn't provide any additional vision for you, did it? You didn't, you know?
Oh.
No. So that's about it. There is a smell of sulfur in the air, of fire, of brimstone. Those kind of volcanic elemental smells that a druid would be intimately familiar with. But it's overpowered by the stench of those flatulent demons whose disgusting odor trumps anything else.
That's to the south.
Yeah, that's right. The direction that you're facing.
Okay. All right. I guess I will move forward. 15. All right.
The creature in front of you panics and immediately uses its held action to flee.
Okay. Um, I am. I am going to cast daylight on a stone on this wall right here.
Awesome. That's like 120-foot light or something ridiculous, isn't it?
Uh, a 60-foot radius.
Cool. All right. That's a little bit less than infinite.
And then dim light for an additional 60.
Oh, right. Yeah. So it's absolutely massive. Cool. Say 60 and 60. So yeah, you brightly illuminate the passage, and it doesn't still doesn't reveal a lot due to the nature of the architecture here, but it does provide some level of illumination. I'll move it just back a little bit since the nature of the Roll20 side lighting can be problematic.
All right. I think that is it for my turn.
Okay. Uh, the spiders pour out in the direction towards the nearest target, towards Cass, and countless spiders occupy the same square as Cass as they crawl over him and bite absolutely relentlessly. Uh, 14's not. Will 14 do it
Not
on
quite.
Cass? No, and so they're trying to bite through his scales, but his natural armor is simply too tough for them to penetrate. Dahlia.
What's the 25? I'm not sure. Doesn't really matter, I imagine.
No.
What I do to those spiders? I'll keep it simple. I'll just try and hit them with a sacred flame.
Yeah, sure. It's probably a pretty effective weapon since it comes from the skies above. Just a high DC. And they are consumed, but there are countless more spiders to replace the ones that you burn. It makes an impact on thinning them, but there are many more where they come
Alrighty then, that's me.
from. Okay. A massive spider appears around from the corner, and with so many targets to choose from, it goes for newbie and spits a great globule of web onto its target.
That's a big spider.
15 won't do it,
Good thing it didn't hit me.
and it then backs off a little bit, but it's kind of too large for the corridor it's working through. Its legs are on either side of the wall, but its body it takes up the vast majority of the passage anyway, making it an extremely cramped fit, but one that it is able to navigate also. Noble.
You can remove Cass from the initiative. I forgot he goes directly after me.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Okay. And
Oh, that's right. It's a little bit different to
and for the first,
to
I will
other.
use my favored foe on the big spider, and make him my target for the next minute.
Yep.
I need to hit him with an attack first, so I'll shoot him twice with a longbow.
Okie doke. You've got a bad angle here. He's got a lot of protection, but he's also a large target on top.
Noble has an aimbot, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. As long as you're able to trace a line to him, then it should be fine.
25.
Yep, and
Okay.
you knock off one of the creature's legs.
I'll use my favored foe, which is a d6, and infuse the strike with Cass's reaction.
Cool.
17 points of damage. I'll launch another arrow.
Brilliant.
Ooh, second one I think misses.
It will not. Oh, it might actually. No, it does not hit. You rip off several of the giant spider's legs with your burning arrow, but then you simply don't have an accurate strike on the main body, and so the second arrow falls short.
I should point out it's poison damage. Does that matter?
Oh, is it poison? I thought it was fire.
Yeah, I
I
chose
don't think it
green.
makes a difference. No.
I chose to have him green, so it's poison this time. Because we're fighting trap.
Cool.
That's the end of my turn. Actually,
All right.
attack the spiders attacking him.
Excellent. Yeah, yeah. So how does that work? Like he has his own reaction, does he?
Yeah, so I take my turn, and then he has his full
Yeah.
turn. And he has,
And right, and part of his full turn is like an action, a bonus action, and a reaction. Is that right?
yeah, he has this infused strike. So as a reaction, when he sees another creature within 30 feet do an attack, he can infuse it to make that creature do some more damage.
Right. Well, the creature within 30 feet of the Drake. They can see hits with a weapon attack. The Drake infuses the strike with assessments. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
And then
All right.
and then I'll use my bonus action so that he can attack on his turn, and he'll attack the spiders.
Okay, I understand the synergy of that.
Yeah, rangers do a lot of things.
A 15 is going to be enough to chomp down on this swarm of spiders. There's so many of them, it makes for an easy target.
4 piercing damage and 7 poison damage.
Excellent. And we're reduced to just a handful of spiders. The numbers are thinned tremendously, making the ones that remain all the more furious, but there are far fewer of them, and therefore less fangs to bite with.
And finally, that is the end of my mess of a turn.
It's a pretty long turn. Raz.
Going through someone, is that double movement? Or
In this case, we'll say not. It's 7 feet wide, so you can probably squeeze past each other, even though the grid doesn't seem to allow that. Yeah.
what is that up top? Oh, that's a spider.
Yeah, big spider. And the passage to the south is brightly illuminated.
I can't see anything on the passage to the south.
Right, let me see. Oh, just Edwin. Yeah, yeah. It's illuminated, but it's also very short. It reaches an alcove and stops. That's the end of the corridor right here.
All right. Yeah. Am I able to hit that spider? I don't think I am.
Not easily, but if you have a spell that doesn't require an attack roll, then you'd be able to. Other than that, it'll have a +5 armor class.
I accidentally
Fucking
exited the
meteor at
game.
him?
1 sec. Yeah, I was thinking of fucking some meteors. Because it just has to hit a point and then does an area effect. I can launch 2 meteors, right?
If I remember the spell right, yes, but I haven't really used it much.
Un momento, por favor.
No.
Sorry, it's taking so long. I accidentally right-clicked and pressed back when trying to double-click.
You're fired.
Okay. One of two meteors, sending them to a point you choose. So I can use it as a bonus action. I guess I'll just bonus action yeet two of them. And can
Yeah,
I also
sure.
can I dodge while doing that?
Yeah, if you, presumably, you are allowed to use 2 as a bonus action. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Every
cool. And
subsequent turn is a bonus action with it.
yeah, cool. And you can then spend your action dodging. So that's perfect.
Okay. I'm just going to put 2 here.
Boom, boom. Couple of deck saves. Fails them both.
Ten fire damage. 11 fire damage.
Completely roasted, and he clears away any of the spider webs that might have remained as well. The spider drops from the walls where its tension was holding it in place, and it burns profusely and crisply.
And dodging, that'll be my turn.
The iron vultures know that they're supposed to hold their position, so they continue to do so. Devi.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and move up. Now that the threat behind seems to be taken care of, and I'm going to move to there.
I think those spiders can get an attack of opportunity only if you move like that.
Do they have a 5-foot range? Or do swarms
I'm pretty
have
sure they have to
15?
be. Yeah, I think swarms have to be in the same square as
Oh,
they're
okay.
what they're attacking.
I mean,
I'm
they're
not
welcome
sure
to
about that.
swing, but
Oh no, that's not necessarily true. No, that doesn't say anything about that. So I guess they can make an attack.
So take that.
Yeah.
Don't take.
There you go.
so they
There's a
bite themselves with a natural
Yeah.
1 now.
pretty badly, pretty bad.
All right, and then I'm gonna take a dodge action because I'm not sure what's on the other side of this wall.
Alrighty. Edwin.
Okay. Move up here.
The stenches are becoming stronger. The smells of those putrid abyssal creatures are mixed in with the burning elemental smells.
Is it
Yep.
So is it an action to try to listen and see if I hear anything in the other room?
It is. Otherwise, you rely on your passive perception. And what is your passive perception?
It's 19.
19 is pretty good. You will. There is the hissing of some kind of elemental creature, and the frustrated noises of drow pushing them away.
All right, I'll poke my head around the corner.
and you come under fire. But although this guy is that you probably can see quite clearly is he is stealth, but his stealth is 19, so your passive perception is high enough to see the bolt as it comes flying towards you, and thus the attack is made actually at disadvantage due to the presumably long range. Pretty sure it'll be a long range. Yeah, it is. And so this attack comes at disadvantage. Luckily, too. There's a 17 hit.
No, misses.
All right. What was an absolutely perfect shot that should have struck you in the side of the neck does not. How do you manage to evade what was literally a perfect strike?
I see a shadow of the blade cast from the daylight, and that
Nice.
allows me to react in time.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Elven reaction picks up on the reflection. So you've still got your action, right?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Um,
And you any movement you want as well is still in play.
okay. Let's. All right. I think I will use my bonus action to transform into a giant scorpion.
Great. It'll be in Pets and Companions. The
Okay.
druid scorpion. I think it's the second creature.
There we go. Then.
Brilliant.
So I use 15 feet of movement.
Which is half, so you get half of your scorpion movement as well.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. So I guess I'll.
As you're passing through that corridor, you come under fire again. Does he get the scorpion's wisdom instead of you get your scorpion's wisdom instead of your own, right? When you change, no.
I think
Not with
use
the druid.
physical stats,
Right.
but keep your mental.
Brilliant. In that case, you will still your passive perception will still be enough to spot the drow as he fires at you. This one does not have disadvantage due to closer range. It's not going to help though. It bounces off your armored carapace.
Out of curiosity, does the light in the room give the drow any disadvantage?
No,
Oh,
it's daylight, not sunlight. It's an extremely poorly named spell, but it has no effect against vampires or drow or anyone else. Sunlight sensitivity is this is something that Crawford has tweeted about. Basically, the sunlight sensitivity is a mystical thing. Creatures that are allergic to the sun are literally allergic to the sun and not to bright lights. It's kind of a stupid rule, but I tend to believe pretty close to rules as written and sage advice and whatnot. And so
Sure.
while it might be blinding in the same way as a flashbang is, it doesn't actually impede their vision. Poorly named spell, but oh well, that's the way it is.
Okay. And yeah, I guess I'll just end my turn there.
Righty. Okay. A group of elemental creatures that are as much made of fire and of magma and lava as they are of flesh rush in your direction. And they seem eager to snap at you, whether they're tamed by the drow or simply have some kind of fear of them. They rush forward, block your progress, and strike out with both their fangs and with their superheated magma tail. Two of them will be normal. One of them you will have an armor class bonus against. So these are the two normal ones: bite, tail. 2 hits, I presume.
Yes.
AC 15, as I recall. And against the third one, you'll have a +2 armor class due to its poor angle. And that poor angle seems to interfere to a significant degree. So yeah, 5 points of piercing, 2 of bludgeoning, and a total of 4 fire. When it touches you with its tail and fangs, they sink through your carapace like the rhetorical hot knife through butter.
All right.
All right. Our former companion makes herself known once again. The Arachnomancer appears around the corner. And realizing that this is do or die, she once again does what she can to impede your progress, and once again casts the largest spell in her repertoire. So this time she increases its power as significantly as she can.
Bring on the plague.
Bring on the insect plague. 20-foot radius sphere on a point that she can choose. So where's our 20 foot, 20 foot? That's light. It's not really what we want. 20 foot, 20 foot. Here we go. Brilliant. So inadvertently it catches Raz to her surprise, but no doubt also her delight. So Devi and Raz and Giant Scorpion, you are all forced to make a Constitution saving throw.
Just look how close that
Honest-
sphere is to me. I'm pretty head.
Oh
Yes,
god.
pretty close. On a fail, it is 48 points of damage.
You know, I'm going to use
Can I use my inspiration? Yeah.
You absolutely can. The Arachnomancer then disappears back into cover, extremely satisfied with the results of her enchantment.
Oh, baby, that was the time to
And
use
I
it.
failed.
Success.
Yeah, I'll try to use mine as well, I guess.
Might as well. It'll
Oh,
likely drive you out of your form if you fail. DC is 16, was it? 16, so you just barely pass. That was an initiative roll, by the way, Debbie.
Oh, shoot. I thought, can I keep the number? I hit the
Yeah,
wrong
right.
button. All right.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
That would have been a 6. That's a 16 on the die. It would have been 18 then.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know how I hit initiative instead of con. I don't know. I'm on a new computer. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, cool. So, 48 points of damage, total of 24 for those of you who save, forcing concentration checks if appropriate. And I think dropping Raz straight down to the ground. He finds himself in an absolute swarm of biting spiders who will ravage his flesh mercilessly given the chance.
That leaves me at 22 HP.
Oh, right. I thought that was enough to drop you completely. But you have
That was a
temporary hit points.
47 and
don't
a 14 temp.
you? Yeah, that's temp. So that's that song of love and of bravery from the Bedine lass has been your salvation.
And dodging did nothing to help me, right?
Dodging, no, because it's a Constitution saving throw.
Does this count as normal piercing damage or magical piercing?
Normal
All right. So I do get to reduce the damage by 3.
by 3. That's right. Yeah.
That's dumb. Oh my god.
Yeah, she's got a trick up her sleeve. We've seen it all before, but it's no less effective for its repetition. Dahlia.
All right.
By the way, you will hear the sounds of the iron vultures firing their bows and yelling out that they've made contact with the enemy.
Well, we better hurry up and deal with this then. Let's see what's around the corner. So the insect plague is this whole orange sphere. here
Yeah,
filling
the
off.
whole damn thing. That's right.
With the
Fine.
upcasted, what level spell is it?
I'm not sure that you'd know, but it's pretty high.
Out of character, I think it's 6th level. Let's see. Do.
Yeah, I was wondering that myself, and I think so because I don't see why it wouldn't go around the corner. So let's yeah, thanks for your asking, and I'll just assume it's destroyed outright since even on save it's not going to have enough hit points to get through with it. Yeah.
Alright, I'll try and step here with more of my movement.
I'll change the color of the plague too. To a green.
I will check. Yeah, just in range. I'll twin cast haste on Raz and Devi.
All right. Attention rises.
And that's my turn.
All right. Nooble.
What exactly does haste do?
Posted the spell card there.
Oh,
The little spiders, I think, did they get a turn?
Sure did.
Okay, and then
Our little spiders. I was thinking of a different one. Yeah, no, they did not. So thanks for bringing that up. I was looking at a different swarm of spiders. Anyway,
they
Nooble.
miss both of us.
Yeah.
They're being. I'm gonna melee attack the swarm because I'm gonna run through the other swarm, but I don't want to die.
All right.
14.
Crunch and crush. The spiders are almost certainly slain. You skewer them like an arachnid kebab, which is a brand new flavor available now.
That's the end of my turn, and I'll. Seeing as this is blocking the way, I'll send Cass flying down the corridor to see if he can get to the Iron Vultures. I use my bonus action so he can dash.
Brilliant.
He has 40 foot of movement, so he gets that far away.
Brilliant. Now, we need to check out the nature of this particular spell, because I don't think the spell card was included in the card. So there it is. Okay, swarming, biting spiders. Blah, blah, blah. When the creature must also make a saving throw when it enters or ends its turn there. Okay, so Raz, you are not immediately subjected to the biting of spiders.
We've got doubled move speed, so you should be able to get out of there if you need to.
Potentially, but for every square you take, no takesies backsies.
Okay.
You can't backtrack once already having moved your character.
what does that mean?
Like let's say you move, choose the wrong direction, and want to move back. You can't.
So let's say you take that like 15 foot down, and then you
Yeah,
then figure out that you're going to be stuck in the swarm.
Yeah, you will be stuck. That's right. Yeah.
Fuck. I want to try to dispel it, but I don't know if I can.
It won't be easy, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't know what level it is, but whatever the case, it won't be easy.
Fuck! I went back again. Well, anyways,
Oh, nice, hilarious.
I'm trying to Misty step out of there.
Yeah.
One moment.
All right.
That's
So
like
the
the
nature of
action, I
Misty,
think.
yeah, Misty's have a bonus action, isn't it?
Yep.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah, I
nice.
think it is. Yeah. But what? But do you need to see where you're I think you need to see where you're going
Yeah.
from Misty Step. Yeah, yeah,
I'm just going to dial back.
yeah. Absolutely, not a bad tactic. You warp out of there.
All right. With the haste, do I get to interact with objects per turn now if I want to use it for that?
Yeah, sure. You could spend your action, like your haste action interacting with them. That'd be fine. Yeah.
I want to down 2 health potions.
Oh, right. Yep, that's fine. So you spend your action downing a potion and your haste action.
Yeah.
Because drinking a potion is not an interact with objects thing. That's an action. But there is use an object is one of the things. So I know it's a bit of legal speak, but the point is that you can do it. You can do 2 potions, one with your action, one with your use an object action.
What's the? I already forget what the roll is for that.
2d4 plus 2 if it's a normal one.
All right. So 6 and 7, so 13.
You
Right?
got it.
No.
Basic maths don't fail me now.
All right, and that'll conclude my turn.
All right. For the record, this area has been looted. The Iron Vultures are yelling, calling for backup and backing up themselves and opening fire with their short bows. And evidently they're doing a-okay. There is a inhuman squeal as their arrows land with alarming precision.
Oh fuck.
Debbie.
Fuck oh.
All right. So I'm gonna start moving 5, 10. Yeah, you got that.
It's not difficult terrain, is it?
15.
The,
Nope. 20,
no.
25. 30. I'm gonna come right here.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and actually, while I'm right here, I'm gonna cast heat metal on her armor since she's wearing metal armor. Is that correct?
I think she is wearing chain. Yeah. All right. Now we covered this, I think, a few weeks ago. What does anyone remember how we worked out that this is specifically treated?
I don't know how
Look-
you guys sorted it. But normally, like, person in the armor they just lose. Like, it's not fair. It's not very fun. Can't really drop the armor you're wearing, I think.
Yeah, because you have to take off the suit of armor,
All
which
right, I'll
takes
quickly
done.
Google it. Heat metal on armor.
I think what normally happens is they just take the damage because they can't drop the armor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have disadvantage while you're wearing the heated metal? Your best bet is to break the concentration of the spellcaster, Jeremy Corford.
Well, you have disadvantage. Oh, it's worse than I thought. Well, I mean, it's better than I thought.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So there's presumably a saving throw or something involved.
The saving throw is to still hold on to the object.
Right. So no saving throw, just the immediate 2d8 damage and a concentration check.
And since it can't drop the
She-
armor, concentration is sort of, constitution.
She cannot possibly fail the concentration check.
Gotcha. And then I will come up and stab her.
All right.
And maybe not stab her.
Not this time. And that's your haste action, right? That is the stab. That makes sense. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
cool. All right.
Hold on one second.
Yep. Yeah, sure.
The heat metal is an action. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, just checked it.
Subsequent rounds, it's a bonus action. But
yeah. So she has a suit of chainmail that is too big for her. I remember that now. It drags along the ground behind her, suitable for a 6'6" tall man instead of a 5'5" elven figure.
Yep.
Righto. The poor dretchers run around furiously and terrified and bumble and bump into each other in the middle of the room in a comical fashion, farting all the time. The drow. With their magical swords dripping with poison, drawing them out of their hilt and dropping their crossbows on the ground. The one in hand-to-hand combat specifically, I should point out. The one fighting Debbie makes an attack on her, or fairy fire might be more effective. Yeah, gonna go for the stab. No, gonna go for the fairy fire. Okay, so the fairy fire is dropped about here, so that it hits both Devi and the giant scorpion. You can both make dexterity saving throws. This one won't go around the corner and hit the elementals. DC is probably going to be 13, so I think both of you are perfectly fine. But I'll make sure of that. DC's 13, so you evade the fairy fire, and the dark elf regrets his tactical blunder. Edwin, your 8 scorpion eyes will see as dark elven elites begin to emerge from the darkness. In doing so, there may be a shred of fear that comes over you. Or if they are to paralyze you where you stand, you will surely be consumed by spiders. All right. One of them has an absolutely awful target upon you, meaning you'll have +5 to your armor class against 2 of them, actually. I assume that you can see the 2 that I'm referring to over on the right-hand side. I'll look through their eyes to make sure. Oh, that one doesn't have any eyes. Doesn't help. So I'm going to look through your eyes instead. No, that's a bit odd. Okay, I'll have to ascertain something. I will have to give him eyes after all, because has sight, save. Can he see? Yep, he can see you. Although you can't see it, presumably because not exactly sure why. He can see part of your token, but your token can't see him. Maybe sight is orientated from the middle of the token. I'm not actually sure of the reason for that. Whatever the case, they will open fire. You're going to have +5 armor class in either case, whereas this other one, yeah. So the shots are not going to be perfect for them. They are taking cover and thus not exposing themselves to danger rather than getting in a chance for a better shot. I suppose that's erring in your favour, although they are not doing it for your own benefit. So the first one comes at with a regular strike, 27, a perfect critical hit for 12 points of damage, penetrating your, not arachnid, your arthropodic defenses. You can make a Constitution saving throw immediately. That's going to be enough. This next one comes. The one that can barely see you, seeing as he has such an awful strike on you and is at best going to clip your claw, instead sacrifices the fire snakes that he cares not one iota about and casts fairy fire right here, affecting you and both of the fire snakes. You once again dodge it, proving yourself to be, I don't know. How does one dodge mist? That's like talented. That's some serious. I just don't understand.
The dust just slides off my scaly hide, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's how good scorpions are, right? Like that's why they've been around for hundreds of millions of years. They're just that good. So this one is going to be at -5, or rather, you'll have +5 armor class and disadvantage. Shit, that's still going to hit. That's still a 16.
Yeah, that hits.
He shoots you in the claw after all. Not to, and that will take you out of your form, I think. No,
Yep.
no, it does. Unlucky. Make a Constitution saving throw.
As a scorpion or myself?
The poison comes after. That's a very strange thing about poison. Is unlike fire or lightning, it's basically a separate attack, so it will be as yourself.
Okay.
DC is 13. You fail by not quite 5. You fail by 4. So you are not paralyzed. You are merely poisoned. You gain the poison condition, disadvantage on pretty much bloody everything, but that's significantly better than being paralyzed inside a swarm of spiders. And that last, the final strike, this one is at disadvantage, but there is no armor class bonus. 16, does that hit, Edwin?
It does not.
Fortunate. For you are in a precarious position, to say the least. The Dark Elves, in their infinite bravery, take complete cover, go back around the alcoves which they were hiding, and disappear almost entirely from view. Clever drow. Edwin, spiders crawl all over you, in your clothing, in your boots, in your scabbard, in your ears, in your mouth. They are everywhere.
I immediately try to get out of that. And I'm going to head in the direction of its source. And I am going to cast Blight on the wizard.
All right. Oh, that's nasty. Yeah, that's a good one. Whenever I cast Blight, it sucks. But no, that's good. Con save. She's pretty good at these, however. She does CrossFit. She's tremendously durable drow. 18 is going to be just barely enough, so I assume it's half damage.
Yep.
Okay. It causes her hair to become a brittle. It causes her skin to lose some of its dark, lustrous complexion. Her fingernails crack and splinter. She dries out and desiccates slightly, but she is a very powerful individual, and it's likely that she will hold on to her spell. Ooh, that's a no. She passed, so the DC is only 10, right? If she had
Yep.
yeah,
half the damage. Yeah. If she had
indeed. Exactly. It was deathly close for her. That's the nature of the deal.
Okay. I think that's it for my turn.
All right. The fire snakes are not foolish enough to enter into the spider swarm. Indeed, they retreat a little. Neither do they want to go any closer to the dretches because those bastards stink for high heaven, high hell, one of the two. And so they just flail around kind of pointlessly and harmlessly outside of the view of any of you. The drow arachnomancer realizes that she is in a precarious position, yet she has some kind of chance here. There's only two of you for the moment, and two of them. So surely she can triumph here. She pulls out a weapon that is exotic, an exotic weapon. It's a flail made of serpents, which is pretty damn cool. And flails with her flail, hence the name flail. Okay, this is kind of weird. Anyway, she strikes out with this snake whip. And Debbie being her target, she makes 2 poisonous touch attacks or 2 bite attacks. First of these attacks deals an extra shit ton of damage. The bite attack is when she's in a different form. Okay, cool. So poisonous touch against Debbie. 25 disadvantage because of dodging. Is that right?
No, she's got hot arm burning armor on, so she's got disadvantage on her attacks.
Okay, cool. And both of them will miss consequently. Okay, she then uses her bonus action to cast Misty Step and attempt to get herself out of this precarious area. Okay, so where can she see? She can see probably only around about there at best. Whoops, about there at best. Maybe more like, yeah, about there is probably the best she can do. She's now pinned in by her own spell and left with a choice to make, whether she runs through her own spiders or not. She places her faith in Loth and does just that, running into her own spiders.
Not one.
Yeah. Well, I'll cast the spell first to see how much damage it does, since I assume that it changes from round to round. Insect Plague upcast. 30 damage. Constitution saving throw, DC 15.
Oof.
I called it.
DC is 16 rather. 30 points of damage. She now makes a concentration check to see if she can maintain the spell.
Double that
But
one.
she does. Double that
Do,
one.
do I
instant
get
death?
inspiration for calling the double nat one?
Unfortunately not. But I feel as if you gain confidence nonetheless. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
I feel North came back just to punish her for doing that. Just for
Yeah.
doing that.
That's it for for lacking faith or for having faith. Maybe she punished her for having faith. I'm not sure.
Like, you think that was the smartest thing you could have done? Just run into your own insect plague? Like, take more damage?
Clever girl. All right. So she does get out of there at least, which is was always her objective. Consuming a spell slot in the process. All right. Exciting. Swarms of spiders rush towards the hapless iron vultures, cast their bows aside and draw their swords. The spiders are relentless in their attacks. How many hit points do these dudes have? A lot. So they'll be okay. Although it's a traumatic event to say the least. Dahlia.
Okay. Got a bloody insect plague. I got to at least attempt to get rid of it. So I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic at 3rd level and have to roll, I imagine, to dispel it.
Sure will.
The DC is what? What is it?
Pretty high.
Like 10 plus spell level.
That's
10
it.
plus the spell's level. Using my spell casting ability modifier. So
That's
20
all.
plus 5.
Yeah. 20 plus 5 is pretty good. Yeah. Not a bad, not bad odds really. That'll do. And
Hooray.
Loth laughs as the last person to be devoured by the spiders is her own minion.
The irony.
Yes, she finds it delicious.
And I'll just hold my position for now.
All right. The giant spider, likewise, it's pretty injured. It's going to spit another web down in the direction towards the hapless iron vultures. And I'm not even sure what their armor class is at this point. Better check it out. It's not probably spending a little bit more time on them than I need to, but no, they have great armor. And so the spider will retreat from them, being the cowardly arachnid that it is. Nooble.
Seeing that the spiders are gone, it's time to move up.
I guess so.
25 feet?
Yep.
Like, is he half the token, but is this like the sorceress?
You do not know. No, that's Debbie.
Oh,
You
I'm
would
like, hey,
recognize Debbie.
hey, that's me. You do see the light moving back and forth from my sword, so I guess that
Yeah.
At 25, I have 2
Yeah.
more feet of movement, so 30, 35. And then I'll dash. So 5, 10, 15. Oh. Where's the wizard? Where's the enemy?
she ran off. I was actually dealing with something else. I didn't see which way she actually ran, despite where I probably could have seen if she went this way or that.
Ran south.
She ran
Yeah.
south. Okay.
I think I've finished my movement here. I still can't see it.
Alright.
That's annoying. So I will take 2 shots at the drow guy I can see.
All right. Drow guy you can see. What drow guy?
This one near Devi.
Oh, that one. Right. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You're right.
Did
Yeah.
Did you dash?
Yeah.
I did dash.
Yeah.
And talk about
Yeah,
dashing.
good call.
Cass will move and dash as well.
Yeah,
I'll
sounds
use
good.
my bonus action to get him to do that.
Daniel Boonus. All right.
Yes, that wrong room.
Raz. Yep. Wrong room.
No, because I was moving him into darkness because I put him into exactly the wrong room.
Oh, I can't even see where he is anyway.
Okay, 40 feet. There we go. And then I don't see any spiders. I went the wrong way. But never mind, that's the end of his movement.
No problem, Raz.
Are the vultures still panicking?
You can hear them yelling. Yeah, it's pretty far away though. It's and the clash of battle is muffling it somewhat. But yes, that does sound like they're still engaged, or like a backup, for example.
I think the people that are here will have this side. I want to try to pincer maneuver them because they're trying to run away.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go that way.
Excellent.
So 60 feet plus another 60 because I'm going to double dash.
It'll only be 90, I think. Because is that right? Like it's 30 feet. No, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe because it increases your speed as well, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Dahlia, you
pace
probably
pace
understand,
doubles
wouldn't you?
your speed,
Right.
and then I'll have my action, which I want to dash, and then the bonus action, which I'm going to dash with again.
That makes a total of 150 feet. Then is that correct? No.
No, it's
No.
60. So
60,
120.
60. All right. You were right from the start. I was wrong every single time. No worries.
We love you anyway, Arctic.
I'm trying. I'm trying to give the drow a chance. Super flank. The Iron Vultures fire. No, just kidding. That'd be funny. There are no Iron Vultures on this side. We pulled them back. That's right.
Yeah. This is as far as I can go, surprisingly, with 120 feet of movement.
Yeah, it's a
So
pretty
that's it.
big dungeon. Yeah.
Although I'm kind of just one more, I think, and I'll be able to be there.
Yeah. All right. That was Raz. The Iron Vultures respond, and I'm going to assume that they carve these swarm spiders to pieces. Debbie.
I use my bonus action to continue dealing fire damage to the gal in the armor.
Alrighty. Don't have to see it, do you?
Nope. As long as it's going, I can use my bonus action.
That's what I thought.
So let me roll that 2d8.
Yep.
So she
Okay,
burns for 9
-9.
more.
With no spell to maintain, no concentration checks are required.
All right, and then on this dude, I'm going to go ahead and Toll the Dead on him.
He can makes his wisdom saving throw. Try to resist what he can. And fortunately,
he does.
he relies on Drow sign language because he is fundamentally deaf.
Evidently. All right, I will also try to stab him with my longsword.
He expresses his displeasure with Drow sign language.
All right, I cut the finger off.
Only takes one finger. I'm glad that I see that you too sign language. You knew it only required one finger. All right. You may add a Drow middle finger to your equipment.
I'm gonna do it.
All right. Sacred bleu.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Let's see you fire a longbow now, sucker.
Alrighty. Righty. The dretches bumble around helplessly. That's the end of your go, is it?
I'm gonna reposition here.
All right. Dretches bumble helplessly, and the drow responds, this time using his blades like he should have done previously. Stab. Not enough.
That's cute.
He's trying. The Drake Seeker comes under fire. Can you see the drow to the direct south of you because of the light, right?
Yeah, I
Because
can.
of it.
It's fine enough.
Yeah, Edwin's excellently placed light spell proves to be very useful, and so he fussy fires at disadvantage.
Speaking of
20
that,
should be enough.
It does hit me.
Yeah.
though, I'd probably need to make a few concentration checks.
Oh yeah. Since when you were in scorpion form, that would have.
Yeah. So I think it was 2 hits from the fire snake and then the plague.
I am poisoned.
That's enough. That is not either. So it would have been. I'll get rid of that light. It would have been an advantage, not that it mattered anyway.
Mhm.
I can still see him, sort of.
The room must be illuminated for some reason. or
There's
maybe it's just within
there's a little
60
bit
feet.
of light. Like,
Ah, from the fire snakes. That's right. Yeah, they're shedding light. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, cool. So that was one drow that fired upon its target, and the one that missed Debbie means that the dark elves are have no more force. One moment, and then we'll move on to Edwin. All right, Edwin.
Um, I will. I am going to cast heat metal on the sword that this drow is holding.
All right.
It's such a fun spell.
So he has to make a Constitution check to prevent dropping it. He doesn't have the option of just hanging on, does he?
I think he can drop it.
Yeah.
But
If he fails the con save, he drops it. Yeah.
All right. And he bears it as you smell elf flesh burning, and but he lets the sword weld itself to his hand. The champion.
All right.
And they say that drow males are useless.
And I'll use my. No, I think that's it for my turn.
All right. The fire snakes rush towards Nooble. Squirming along the path. Yeah, 30 feet. They're going to make it pretty easily. Squirm and squirm. Bring your light sources with you. All right. Now, as mentioned before, these things don't just bite; they strike with a magma-tipped tail. They have a cool name, like a thokwa or something. They got a special name. Anyway, these fire snakes are deadly creatures. They can melt stone with their tails, making them extremely useful in the construction industry. A little bit of trivia for you there. A couple of strikes, one of which I assume will hit.
Only the one, surprisingly enough.
Only the one. You're bitten and you're burned, and their radiant heat from their body is enough to scorch you and give you blisters.
I'd like to report these fire snakes are teaming with the drow. They shouldn't be.
That's it. They have taken them on as pets. Okay. The Arachnomancer retreats, is kind of surprised to see that there is someone in her way. She was not expecting that. Considers her options and that'll do. That is. No, that's not so great either. There's got to be a better spell than that. This one will have to do. So she looks over towards the kobold, and a crown appears on your head. A crown of madness. Wisdom save, yonder kobold.
Six.
Okay, jagged iron crown, mad glow on your charm target must use its action before moving to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that the drow mentally chooses. Target can act normally if you choose no creature. All right, so not a particularly effective spell, but it was kind of a bit of a reaction on her part anyway, and she attempts to flee outside of the influence of the party's threat range. Dahlia.
Right, start catching up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5. Oh, interesting. 30.
Excellent.
So these things attacking Drake Seeker, what exactly do they look like?
They, I'll see if I can find a decent picture on the internet, but they're like, they're serpentine, elongated. They have frills like a frill neck lizard on their head. They have beaks a bit like a giant parrot or something. The entire bodies radiate heat, but they're fat like even fatter than an earthworm, fat like your thumb. That's the kind of proportions that you'll find. And their tail is tipped with a long spike that is white hot. It glows white hot. And wherever it touches the stone bubbles and melts.
I see. Okay, then I'll...
That's a good picture. I thought they were called Thoppas. What a great name.
I'll twin a second level guiding bolt at each of them.
All right.
So I'll start with the one closest to me. Hope this is second level. It's not. Don't know why I struggle with this macro so much. But it's a 20 to hit regardless.
20 to hit. No worries.
Oh, you asked me what level after and when I actually roll damage. Okay. So 24 radiant damage.
24 radiant. No worries.
And then the other one, 16.
All right. 21 radiant and 16. They will both hit. And I assume they're not immune to radiant. No, they are not. That's a lot of damage, and it will explode. Absolutely explode. Raining chunks of magma all over the walls and the stone. Fortunately, none of them actually land on the Drake Seeker. I don't think, anyway. Yeah, it does not. No.
God, that second guiding bolt's pathetic. 4 1s.
Huh.
Yeah, nice.
Wow.
And that was a twin guiding bolt, was it, against the other one?
Yeah, so the 16 to hit was against the second one.
Oh, right. My mistake. So the first one isn't actually killed, then. It's just severely wounded.
Yeah, you can't twin spell 2 spells at the same target, unfortunately.
No, of course not. No, rookie mistake.
Alrighty then, that's me.
Righto. No giant spiders. Nooble.
Does the drow make me attack one of the snakes? And if so, which one?
The drow doesn't care.
And I can move freely. Stupid drow.
Oh, right. In that case, it does care. It makes you attack the uninjured one.
Okay, and I have disadvantage because I'm poisoned.
Yeah.
But it guiding bolted, so now it's flat, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll stab it with my short sword.
All right.
16.
That'll do.
It's 9 points of damage.
And it explodes in your face, and you take 3 points of fire damage as its magma blood splashes upon you like a boiling jug.
Which one did I kill?
I didn't kill either of them, but you
Okay.
hit it with a melee attack and it splashes. The blood pops out like a popping a boil.
Might be a mistake. I'm going to take an attack of opportunity moving here so the mage can't see me anymore.
All right, you'll only take one attack of opportunity, and it lashes at you with its tail. Does nothing.
Lucky me. And I'll bonus action so the cast can take an action other than dodge.
Okay. And he's on the other side of the map.
Yeah, so
No
these
worries.
guards, are they going in any particular direction? Like,
They are they're going to go down towards the south. They probably already moved a bit to the south already, so I'll do that.
oh, that's like that's where like all the shouting is.
Exactly, that's right. Like they're calling for reinforcements, so naturally they will comply.
Yeah, so and then he will dodge. I mean, not dash. That's the one.
All right. Araz, you'll see Cass running off in the. Not yet, but soon you'll see Cass running off in the distance, and several of the Iron Vultures reinforcing them.
All right.
He's pretty fast, isn't he?
Going with him.
If this room isn't illuminated, isn't it? It should be because the Iron Vultures can't see without lights. So I'll put down a bunch of lights to represent the light that they would have here.
I completely lost count of how I was going. Hold on.
Yeah, no worries.
These Iron Vultures have crossbows, don't they?
It's the short bows in their stats, but they might be crossbows. It doesn't.
Okay, well, if one of them shoot, like if one of the ones in this corridor with Casson shoots, I guess he'll infuse the strike, so it does a bit more damage.
Yeah, sure. They are all running. Even the ones in front of you are running in the other direction anyway, so it looks like they have not yet reached the position they intend to be.
Okay, just I can't see around the corners.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I want to stop. These are the people that were retreating, right?
No, they are reinforcing, so they are running in the same direction as you to provide assistance. They
what about
get
that guy down
they get the hell
there?
out of your way though. Like they get the hell out of your way. He is also running to give assistance.
Okay. Do they?
There's a lot
Can
of
I
them.
ask if they know what's around the corner?
They don't. All that they can
Okay.
tell you is that someone was calling for reinforcements that they stopped. They make way for you. You are, after all, the lieutenant. There's Cass.
And that's as far as I can go.
And here's Flint. Hey there. All right. There's confusion among the Iron Vultures. One of the ones who was slightly injured retreats and is replaced. You wouldn't see that, but that is what's happening all the same. And apart from that, they simply either hold their position or kind of clog up the path. Yeah, there's limited amounts of assistance that like 15 or 20 people can provide when the corridor is only 7 feet wide. And they end up, to save themselves from tripping over each other and more importantly, tripping you, the ones that you have passed, Raz, just wait for you to pass and resume their positions. Devin.
All right, I'm going to use my bonus action to continue burning her.
Excellent. That'll force a concentration check on the Crown of Madness.
Yep, she's going to take 10 fire damage.
That's her third one. She's getting a few of them. The Crown of Madness now disappears, and you get your sense of logic back, Nibble, as much as a kobold can have logic.
He
That
said
was
he
kind of
had
racist.
so
Yeah, good
he
point.
might have to tell him again.
Right. Oh, there he is. Yeah, thanks for letting me know.
Mhm. All right, and so then I'm going to use my action to longsword this guy.
Okay.
Sorry, that should be a 14. I don't forgot I had advantage on from my earlier deck save.
No worries. So I just I'll take the first one anyway. 14's not going to be enough. He parries with his burning blade.
Does a
All
16
right.
hit?
I don't think it will. Let us check it out. Drow Elite, not quite. He also has a little buckler, I guess. No, I guess he wouldn't because he was using his crossbow, so he wouldn't have a buckler. Which means a 16 does hit.
Oh, nice.
Except for he parries. There we go.
Oh, that's okay. I rolled minimum damage anyway, so.
Brilliant. The flavor
Alright.
text was very accurate. Okay, the dretchers hold their action, and what I mean by that is they're preparing to fart, the drow. Okay, so this drow has disadvantage thanks to his burning sword. Seeing as Devi has proved so difficult to hit and that Edwin is the one concentrating on the spell, he elects to stab Edwin instead. Disadvantage. 8 and 25.
The 25 will hit.
This time. All right, so it's 9 damage and 4 piercing damage. Piercing? No, right, 9 piercing and 11. That's what it is. Total of 20.
Okay.
Meanwhile, to the south, we are unaware of what the drow are up to. But they've sure got a lot of ammunition. Edwin.
All right. I'll use my bonus action to do heat metal. Uh, 12 damage that time.
Pretty severe, and he squeals as his hand begins to blister and burn.
Does he need to make another con save, or does he only have to save the once?
I think a second
Yeah, I don't
damage
know.
happens.
Okay, cool. He makes a fresh con save. But he is determined. In fact, the sword's probably welded to his flesh by now. Ugh.
um, I will. I will use my action to. No, never mind. I guess I'll just try to hit him with my staff.
Okie dokie. But he deflects it with ease.
And that's it for me.
That's it for you. Fire snakes launch themselves at the Drake Seeker. They're only pretty small, so they're able to fit 2 of them, about the same size as you, about 4 feet long, and not quite as thick. The pair of them strike at the kobold relentlessly, a couple of bites, a couple of tails.
2 tails hit.
All right. The tails catch you by surprise as you're busy avoiding their fangs, only to be scalded by the radiant heat of their appendages. 7 and 9. The Drow Arachnomancer knows that her spell has failed, and is growing frustrated at the heated metal that continues to scald her. But there is little that she can do in response. Or is there? Yep, the answer is yes. There's little. There's actually something that she can do, and I think that she might do it. It's so cruel, but what drow would not be cruel in a circumstance like this? 3, 4, 5, 6. You're gonna love this one. Your player something like that. Something like that. Your characters will not know this, but for the sake of our audience back home, we are going to reveal that she goes around behind her giant spider companion, and seeing as she has little to fear from it, she uses vampiric touch upon it in order to recover some hit points from her ally. The spider is severely injured in the process, and the drow regains some of her life force. Okay, Dahlia.
I will throw a sacred flame at the weakest of these two fire snakes. Whichever one looks the most heavily injured.
Okay. Brilliant. Even if it passes, it's going to be destroyed, and so it explodes in a rain of.
Well, if it passes, it takes no damage.
Oh, does it? Right, my mistake.
Yeah.
There we go.
Barely does it.
Yeah, barely. Not surprisingly, it's immune to fire and immune to radiant. Do you remain where you were positioned?
Actually, no, I'll move a little bit. Go this way a little bit. Oh.
And in doing so, you come under fire from not one but 2 dark elves.
Baited.
We call that entrapment. All right. One of them has disadvantage, so the first one that fires is a disadvantage. The second is a regular strike. Both of them will miss.
Whew.
Good.
You will notice the. Yep, keep going. Yep.
15 will hit, actually, I think.
Oh, does it?
That one was
That one was disadvantage, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You can't be getting Artrix hopes up like that.
No,
my class was
like
15, so I thought it would hit.
Altogether, just too fair. Yeah, so they fire the crossbow bolts. They fall short or fly awry. And you witness the dark elf devouring the life force of the spider. The response of the spider is to turn around and bite her.
Oh, Jesus.
Lol. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, Loth hates you, lady.
Get fucked,
Loth
nerd.
hates you.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Wolf.
All right,
Of
so
course they
11
make a
damage,
save.
23. 11 is 22. So she suffers more health than she got back, and somewhere presumably laughs, unless of course she is dead after all, in which case she probably still laughs.
So yeah, there's two crossbow bolts fly past my head, and all I can say is, "Oh," as I duck back out of the line of sight to where I originally was.
Nice. All right, Noogle.
Have a risky spell that might do something. He'll shout out to her when the dragon hunts, the prey falls silent, and he'll cast silence.
All right. 20-foot sphere on a point you can choose.
Is it a sphere or a cube?
Radius sphere.
I'll put it directly on top of her then.
Yeah, sure. Cool. So you can dump down a 20-foot radius
Oh, I
thing.
can see them.
It's in effects and templates.
Yeah, I see it.
Cool. That's it. I shall change the color. And I'll make it a light blue. Dark blue? It's a dark blue. Okay. Nothing can be heard from that locale.
And then I will bonus action so Cass can move. Or do something other than 40 foot and then dash.
Cool. So the fire snake will strike you, correct?
Yeah, the one standing next to me.
That's the one.
no, I'm
Or was your
looking
dash for your? Right. My mistake.
sorry
Yeah, I
about
was
that.
wondering.
I was looking for the fire snake.
Yeah. Okay, and so you as you can see, it's clogged up here. You rush past the iron vultures; they get out of the way to allow you to pass, and you are now the front line of the southern prong. Hurrahs!
If it looks like they called like all this attention for these spiders, like they were going to get a very disapproving look from the small dragon.
Yeah, it's they do feel a little bit guilty, but hey, what can you say? They're not monster hunters.
I want to ask these guys what happened and if they're still enemies.
They're just reinforcements. Oh no, one of them is an injured dude. This guy, he tells you that he was ravaged by spiders. It shot a giant spider shot a web at him, but they are holding the lines, and they, apart from him, have suffered no casualties.
All right. Are they going to move out of my way, or are they still?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, they get the hell out of your way.
Oh, that's Cass. I was like, enemy. No.
You're
And that's my turn.
chewing your way through lots of spider webs and dead spiders, but your flanking maneuver has been effective, and it looks like you're coming around the rear right now.
All right. So that'll be my turn.
Okay. Iron vultures hold their actions to fire upon anyone who might engage Raz, but quite frankly, they are happy to no longer be the front line. Debbie.
All right, gonna start off with the bonus action to keep cooking her alive in her armor.
All right.
She takes another 7.
Nasty.
All right, this guy, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try another toll the dead on him.
All right. We have ascertained that he is tone deaf and is likely to write an extremely good symphony as a result.
And a 19 to hit with the sword.
That'll do. He has no shield at the moment, and thus, even if he tries to parry, it's not going to be effective.
All right, 10 slashing.
Okay, he hangs in there, though he is at last crippled.
And then my turn.
All right. The dretchers hold their guts. The drow. This drow. He will stab violently. It might have seemed like an obvious choice, but no, it's oh no, he does have options, but he still stabs violently all the same. Since he hasn't drawn blood on Debbie, but he did on Edwin, he focuses once again on the spellcaster. And Edwin, you are grievously injured by a pair of accurate strikes.
The first one does not hit.
Ah, all right. The second one will not either because he has heat metal.
Oh, right.
Good point. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that, but did just in time. The other dark elves take some actions which probably don't require too much description at the moment. And before we move on to the fire snakes, I'll just do something. One and 2. All right. The fire snakes. So there's still one of them left.
Oh,
So that's pretty good. Oh, it's your go. It's your go. Right, my mistake.
No worries.
Can you kill this fire snake?
I'll start with heat metal. On my
Excellent.
buddy. And do 13 fire.
All right. He screams once again, and this may be as much as he can bear. But no. Even if he tries to get rid of the weapon at this point, it is blistered onto his hand, and he cannot shake it away, even if he tries.
Oh man.
Pretty, yeah, right. Like, yeah, that's this session is now rated R because you put that level of violence in a TV show, and the ratings board will be most upset.
Just remember the Geneva suggestions.
That's it.
All right, I guess I'll try to club him with my staff again.
Not enough.
And that is it for my turn.
Okay. The fire snake relentlessly leaps at the kobold.
First attack hits.
This time you're too busy trying to dodge the tail, and the bite hits instead.
Constitution saving throw. I'll use my inspiration.
All right.
I lose my spell.
Okay, Dahlia.
Let's try and help Nubble finish off his fire snake. So I'll sacred flame it for a paltry 3 damage. God damn it.
Indeed, it is. Watch him dodge. Watch him nay nay. No, not this time.
Oh no, 3 points of damage. Alright, well, I'm not going back that way because they're probably ready their crossbows again. I don't want to get any closer to the fire snake. So I'm just going to stay here.
Indeed, tactical, tactical procrastination. I'm not sure. Anyway. All right, Nooble.
Right, so these little like things on the floor, like what are they? Like these little red like lines?
I don't even see them. They must be just yeah, I think they're just we'll call it fire snake blood for the sake of it. But it's actually just a graphical thing.
Okay, I was thinking there were plants that could have done something.
No, it's taken from a map that in Inverness. It's like this castle has been transported to hell, and so that's like meant to be hell bubbling up from the earth.
Okay, I've got. Okay, Cass, can you cure this poison? And I'll cast Lesser Restoration and cure my poisoned condition.
All right. Naturally, you don't need to be able to see your dragon for that.
No, because it's just my spell. I'm just flavoring it like I get my powers from this dragon.
Too easy, yeah, too easy. Yeah.
No,
No worries.
bonus action, so Cass can do something.
All right.
35 foot of movement. And then he will dash. So 50.
All right. And he comes under fire from my dark elf, Sacre Bleu, who is quite surprised to see you come around the corner. Bam! The accuracy is unnerving, and you need to make a save. That'll be enough, and thus you avoid the poison. It's completely silent where you hear, so you won't even hear the sacred blur. He has to do hand signals to show his alarm. No, it is silent where you are, but not where he is. Anyway.
No, I lost the silence.
Oh, did you just spot? You dropped it. Yeah, right. I've noticed that it was gone. So yeah, of course you've dropped it. All right. You
Now
do
I see
hear
what
the flame of war. Yeah.
He'll just finish his movement out of sight.
All right. So Raz, you will see as Cass cops a bolt and then retreats, giving you some insight into what's up ahead.
Insight indeed.
Cough, cough, fireball.
Hey, I'm not a one-trick pony.
Ah,
And that was a crossbow bolt? Yeah.
it was.
And seeing as Cass only speaks Draconic, he can't tell you what's around the corner.
I can speak Draconic, thank you.
He'll tell you
Draconic bloodline
He'll
sorcerer.
tell you the people who are around the corner then. Like, speech is a free
Some,
action, right?
There's some genuine, he's genuinely insulted. I can hear it in his voice. Yeah, he can screech, a few words.
He's like, the wizard is there, kill her.
Oh, the wizard's there. I didn't realize.
Wow.
I thought they were on the other side.
That's the end of my turn.
Alright. I don't know if this is
Oh my god. Huh. All right.
I don't know if is Cass out of range of if I were to fireball like this point? I don't.
It's not the end of the world if you hit him.
Okay.
I think you hit yourself with that one. And not anymore.
But with this one, it's not even covering Cass by half.
No, it's
Uh,
not.
Off,
That's
I'd
right.
probably put it in that square, the one to its left. If you can see
Well,
it.
you can't really give him that. Can't give him advice on that anyway.
Oh, sorry about that then.
Hmm.
That's very much metagaming.
I could see him from the corner, but I don't think it don't matter much. And it goes around corners, so hopefully I hit somebody.
Yeah, there's a good chance of it.
Well, I know I'm going to hit one person at least. Okay. I went to put down my sorcery points and it went from 3 to negative 111.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess you don't have enough points for whatever you were doing.
And to upcast that, but it's fine. That's actually 32.
All right. So dexterity saves. 1. That is pretty good. 2. Not bad either.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, man.
And 3. Just barely passes.
Gee.
All of them passed. They still take 16 damage. Fuck them. I also want to throw 2 minute meteors on that same point, I think. Do I? No, never mind. Never mind. But I can still move up if I want to. Oh, hi.
He
I think I
backs
had
off.
enough movement for that. That'll be my turn.
All right. The Iron Vultures have got your back, Debbie.
Alrighty. First, I'm going to go ahead and do my fire damage to the gal.
Uh-huh. How many rounds does that last?
It's like a full minute.
Cool.
Yeah, I
So we're probably up to about number 6 or so by now. Probably even 7.
I thought it was more like 5, but I can double.
Yeah,
I'll double check
Yeah,
later.
exactly. Check it out soon. Yeah.
Another 5 damage to her.
Cool.
So if you hover over like the icons you can put in your thing,
Cool,
you can
cool.
like put the concentration one, and if you push a number, it puts like a number on the token as well.
Let's try to forget about that. I'll remember that for next time. Okay, so it's been 5 rounds since you cast haste, and I cast that after haste.
Yep, that makes sense. You rushed in with your haste action, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and try. You know, I know it's stupid to keep trying the same thing, expecting a different result, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to toll dead on this guy.
All right.
Hey, he takes 7 damage.
All right. His armor begins to crumble, and blood trickles from his ears.
Turns out
And I'm gonna try
he can
and
hear the
stab it.
no notes.
Yeah, that's it. The base.
And I miss.
All right.
Man.
All right.
That is my turn.
Okay. The drow. The one that you're engaged in. It's do or die at this point. And since he's unable to hit Edwin either, he returns his attacks to Devi, who is hurting him a lot more than Edwin has been, and continues to stab. But the scorching flash has made his hand all but useless. He gets a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 5. Which is reveals just what a poor state this gentleman is in at this point. The dark elf around the corner gives some hand signals to the arachnomancer, who replies aggressively with hand signals of their own. Exactly what they're saying, we cannot be sure. Edwin.
All right. I will try to put this guy down for good. Do 10 more fire damage.
All right, and he is certainly weakening at this point. But to die, his survival instinct is strong, and he hangs on in spite of the relentless assault.
All right. I hear a call for help behind me, so I'll try using my longbow to shoot the snake that Nubble's engaged with.
All right. That'll do.
Okay. 4 piercing damage.
And at last it pops, and the magma rains all over the stone and over the walls. But Nubble flicks it off before it can scald him.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. The drow is growing increasingly agitated, but 2 can play at Raz's game. So she pops around the corner and promises that this shall be the last mistake that he ever makes. The truth is, it might be a mistake for her to make, but we won't know until after the spell is cast. Because she is casting the spell.
Mhm.
Make no mistake of that. There we are. That works just perfectly. You tell me if you've heard this one before. It's called Insect Plague.
Counter spell? No.
All
I don't
right.
think I can. Can I?
You
Hold
can
on.
cast it and roll. If you have the
Oh, no.
slot.
Hold on. Okay. So I had to make a single one. Oh, okay. DC plus the spell's level.
Yar.
What's the spell's level?
You do not know.
Uh,
I do. I've already decided, so
It's higher than
there
what?
is that.
It's higher than 3rd level since you got to roll. That's all you know. Go for it.
Does counterspell even
can't
work
see.
like that? Like I wasn't sure it did. I thought that was just a spell magic.
It's yeah, it's the same.
Yeah,
Right.
I think remove your proficiency bonus from that roll.
It's not. It's not a saving throw anyway. It's a spell casting check.
Oh.
So it's
D20 plus your
D20
spellcasting modifier.
plus. Yeah.
But you can
D20
still
plus
use
what?
the roll.
That was an
Your
That was an
charisma
18 on the
modifier.
die, unless she's even if she was casting it at 9th level, that would counter it.
She casts it at 8th level.
Wow.
It was
So
an
I'm not able to
18 on the
block
die, and he's like, nope.
You block it.
Oh shit! Fuck yeah! Fuck you and fuck yeah!
Because it would be 18 plus your charisma modifier.
Just 3, I'm assuming.
Okay.
It more than 1. Yes. Okay.
Let's roll the numbers anyway. Oh, that's pretty fucking lame, really. Look at
Yeah.
all
What the
those
fuck is
ones.
that? I'd be able to
Lost
survive that. I think. Yeah, I'd have 3
Clearly,
hit points left. The fuck is that? Get out of here.
Darth Favor has been lost. All right, Dahlia.
Up against an 8th level spellcaster. Alright, let's see. Go this way a little bit.
It's the last mistake you'll ever make. Nope.
Move here again for 20. Oh, dretch it. Do about these guys. I got 4 charges left on my Staff of the Master. So I'll do a diagonal lightning bolt if I can. Like that, through them.
All
Not sure if there's
right.
any enemies beyond them in the darkness. How the range on lightning bolt? 100-foot line. Okay, so 100-foot line in that direction.
Boom.
And it's 86, I believe.
Make a perception check.
18.
You will notice that the ground is lined with runes in that central area. They kind of flicker and flash when your lightning goes through them, the way little glints of mica or steel might reflect when a bright light passes through.
Good to know.
One of the dretches explodes in a fetid cloud of awful smell, but the other one is able to absorb the damage and struggle on.
Alrighty. That's it. So yeah,
All right. Yep.
use my remaining movement to move a step to the right, so I don't block Drake Seeker. That's it.
Okay. Newell.
I will step into the doorway. 5, 10, 15. Oh, I see someone there. I can't quite see
You
it.
do. You do. He has dropped his crossbow and has armed himself with a shield and sword instead.
Okay, I wasn't expecting to. I was looking for the wizard, but I can't quite see her, which is annoying. Because technically I can't see through Cass's eyes, so I'm just going to pretend I don't know where she is.
Right.
I'll move here, then move into the room.
All right.
I'll take 2 shots at the drow across the room for me.
Okie dokie. He too has his shield raised.
I will favored throw him. I suppose I have to hit him first. $24.
You will. Yep, no problems at all.
I will favored throw him.
Cool.
Yes. 7 points of damage, and I'll shoot him again.
All right.
And that will definitely miss.
I'm going to be confident that it misses as well. All right. Raz.
All right.
Then I will have Cass do his bonus action cast movement.
Oh, of course. Yeah, sure.
Never mind.
Indeed.
20
My
feet.
mistake.
35, and he will bite her.
All right. That's 20 is going to be enough. Fortunately.
That's 11 damage.
Okay. And she is looking quite severely wounded, burned, and bitten as she is.
Take that. Super flanked. That's the end of his turn.
All right. The Iron Vultures consolidate a little. Debbie.
All right, I'm gonna.
Wait, I didn't have a turn.
Rather, Raz. My mistake.
You don't-
Nope, too late, Roz. I'm going. No, go ahead.
All right. Where the hell? Oh, that's better. I'm just gonna overkill and level 4 cast Fireball on the Arachnomancer, because fuck that guy.
All right. Position your fireball. That's below. Yep.
It moved it. Hold on.
I'm not sure you can see that point, and you need to be able to see it. Yep, you can see that point, so that's fine. All right, that's
Nice.
great.
It's even better.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? That's actually 30. And
34?
30, and then that's actually, hold on. Let me actually see the math. Rolling.
Oh, do you get to like reroll ones or something?
What is it? Rolling 1. What does the first one say with the upcast?
For the upcast, you rolled a 4.
Oh, got a 4. Okay. I just was confused. So yeah, it's
That's
34.
Excellent. When she saves, it becomes 17.
They saved again.
Uh-huh. She
I also want
screams.
to yeet
Oh my
2
God.
Mel's minute meteors at her.
All right, now we're talking.
I had to reload the thing because for some reason it's being weird.
Yeah, it happens.
That's the wrong thing. Hold on. My roll 20 has been really wonky today.
Yeah, does that.
I'm going to aim at the point like right beside her, like beside her.
Yeah. Couple more deck saves.
That's actually 10.
Passes
And
them
that's
both.
actually 9.
All
So
right,
19 but they just made
Both
both
halves.
saves. Jesus
Grade
Christ.
9. She doesn't want to die. She does not want to die. Okay. Now we're up to Debbie.
What is 19 divided by 2?
You divide each of them. So 9 divided by 2 is 4, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. Total of 9.
Okay. Not wanting to die.
All right, I am going to go ahead and burn her again for another 8 damage.
Okay. This is looking dire at this point.
There we go, and I'm going to go ahead and, using my hasted action, try to stab this dude
Okay. That'll
for
do.
7.
He has no weapon to parry with, and so your blade sinks into his flesh.
Is he still up?
Still up. He is
Alright.
losing heart, but he is still up.
They are
All right, make him make another wisdom save.
Who makes the save?
This dude, he's the only foe I can see.
What's this for?
Told the
Oh,
dead.
the Toll the Dead, of course, yeah.
Oh, he makes it.
He's pretty
He's
good.
been rolling ridiculous on those saves. Oh well.
Yeah.
All right, and that is evidently my turn.
The Tretchers are panicked, particularly because lightning is now raining down upon them. The drow in front of Debbie and Edwin surrenders. He knows when he is beaten, and so he kneels down and waits for his summary execution. He has no weapon in his hand after all, like the man is so completely beat that there can be no salvation. The drow with sword and shield rushes down towards Raz, ignores the Drake, and lashes out at Raz instead.
Oh.
A 14 and a 20.
Shield, my last one.
Brilliant, brilliant. He is incredulous. That's this drow as well. Pops around the corner, stabs at Nooble. Whoops. 1, 2. One strike is unerringly accurate. The other is not either.
They both hit, but I'm resistant to poison.
All right, so 12 piercing plus 5 piercing, 17 piercing, and 23 plus 4 is 27, is 13 poison as well. So yeah, 13 piercing, 13 poison. No? 17 piercing, 13 poison. No? Yes, yes. 17, 13 after resistance is factored in. He then retreats, provoking an attack of opportunity.
I have my longbow out last, so I guess I'll use that. No, there's no point. I won't do anything.
Yeah.
The improvised weapon, I'll just miss.
Yeah, it's not going to be very effective. Might just break your bow in the process. All right, Edwin, the drow kneels before you and says, in Elven, "You have triumphed as your gods triumphed over mine."
And I guess I'll just flash the heat metal one more time.
Imagine if you don't kill him with it.
He has dropped his blade, actually, so he has the heat metal will not affect him.
You pick up the sword and stab it through him just so it can heat metal him more.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Putting yourself in the process, but hey, that's metal.
Yep. Okay. So does it cost me my action then to put him out of his misery?
Yeah, well, it'll basically be an attack.
Okay.
We'll assume that it'll be the last attack. So yeah, so just describe in brutal terms your finishing move.
Yeah, I'll sort of kick his dropped blade up into my hand and just jam it down the back of his neck, right at the base of his skull.
A merciful death.
And then I'll move up to see what's going on. 15. I'll move up to there, and then I'll transform into a scorpion again.
All right, brilliant work.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. The Arachnomancer knows that the gig is up, but she refuses to die now. Raj, she's going to cast a spell.
This again.
What do you do?
Well, I had counter spell at level 4.
Can you counter spell at level 4?
Yeah.
Make a spell check.
Less than or equal to.
So D20 plus 3.
All right. $19.
19 will be enough to counter her 7th level version of Dimension Door.
Oh,
She ain't going nowhere.
oh shit. Well played. Oh shit.
She flees into the corner, running from Cass.
Attack of opportunity.
Sure does.
Oh, that's
I
great.
forgot Cass is on, like, he doesn't attack fleeing foes.
Yeah. All right. Swarm of Spiders is gone, Dahlia.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's something that happened.
Clutch as fuck.
All right, seeing that Noble is pretty seriously wounded, I'm gonna place my hand on the back of his shoulder and cast a 4th level Cure Wounds into him.
All right. He's back in business.
I'll also spend. How much does it cost? It's the first time I've used it. Divine Soul Sorcerer.
I think it's 1. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the one that lets me re-roll that 1 that I got there. Empowered Healing. 1 sorcery point. I'll spend 1 sorcery point to re-roll that 1 that I got there, and the cure wounds.
All right.
What is it? It's 29 minus 1, 28 plus 7. So 35, I think.
Jeez.
So Noble
pretty
heals
good.
35 hit points.
Wow, you're the most powerful. I mean, not wizard spellcaster I know.
Can't help but blush a little bit at that. Go get him.
Will do.
And I'll just move behind the corner. The squishy healer must not be targeted.
The giant spider flees from its natural predator, the giant scorpion. There's nothing that giant spiders fear more than giant scorpions. And it rushes around the corner only to discover that it is trapped. with nowhere else to go. It rushes for Dahlia and makes a desperate strike, hoping to paralyze her and be able to escape.
Well, I should have stepped the other
Whoa.
direction.
Ooh.
It's definitely gonna hit. Thankfully,
9
it's not
piercing,
critical.
13 poison. Yeah, you can make a DC 12 check to halve the poison from 13 to 6. Yeah, it was close, right?
Constitution. Yeah. So, boom.
All right, so 9 piercing, 6 poison, and the spite of a giant spider is not enough to debilitate you in any significant way.
There goes all my temp HP and 1 hit point.
Oh, how terrible. Like, of your damage, yeah, you're fine.
Hearing what's going
Um,
on above, he will move 5 feet.
Yeah, there'll be a great shadow behind you, Nooble, and when you turn around, there's a spider there that is trying to ravage Dahlia, but it does little more than knock one of her locks away from her hair. Puts her hair out of place, and that's about it.
Taking advantage of the spider being distracted, I will shoot at my longbow and I will activate sharpshooter.
Excellent.
I will remember to put the -5 on this time.
Brilliant. A 12 will hit, so that's fine.
I forgot advantage as well, so both of them.
Excellent.
And for the
And
first,
so the spider officially hurt the drow more than it hurt us.
This whole encounter hasn't been proof that Loth is gone. I don't know what it
She's either gone or she's got a great sense of humor.
Knowing Loth's personality from lore, she's gone.
so that's just casually 41 points of damage to the spider.
Oh, it brings it down to negative 38.
Take that small. Yeah, you don't get it hurt my healer. I mean,
The second the
independent
arrow
healer,
touches, it just explodes.
bonus action, and Cass will attack the drow above him.
Excellent. Not even close.
That is the end of my turn.
Well, Raz, you know where the direction which she has run after her attempt at teleporting out of there and pleading assistance from the Baelor failed. But if you pursue her, you open yourself up to being backstabbed.
Messy step.
That's a great idea. And when after casting Misty Step, you discover that she had very little, not many places to run anyway. What do you do?
I'm going to firebolt.
All right. Sometimes the simple things in life are often the best.
I remember when I had a firebolt that was actually a fireball last game.
Nice. Whoa,
18
I
hit.
think that barely does it. She's wearing magical chainmail, and 18 is her armor class. How does it feel to defeat a 15th level spellcaster with a cantrip?
And then I want to take one step back
Mm-hmm.
and eat my last 2 minute meteors behind this guy.
Boom, boom.
It's actually a 9, but 4.
And these are meteors. They just are the drow are action stars. They are so good
Yeah.
at jumping out of the way. These of these strikes that, but nonetheless, you are weakening them, and their will to live might be strong, but their chances of survival are far less.
All right,
Suppose Cass will
that'll be
just
my turn.
respond is like, the fire's burned low, but at least it's consistent.
Exactly right. And vultures consolidate further, feeling that this is their victory as well. Debbie.
Alrighty. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's half my movement, other half on. Oops, I meant to go diagonal. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I will go ahead and toll the dead on this guy.
Nice.
He succeeds. And I will attempt to stab him as well with my hasted action.
Okay. You cannot parry that one.
For 10.
Okay, 10 points. At last, the dretchers get involved. And by get involved, I mean run around in circles and actually do really pretty much nothing. The drow has nowhere to move, but choosing between a giant scorpion and an armored warrior, he goes for the armored warrior. An 18 will
That's
not
cute.
hit. The rest of the drow, I don't think you see. They hold their position. The one fighting Cass, I guess he might as well that. Stabs at the dragon. He's immune to poison, right, Cass?
Yeah, he is.
All right, so it's a glancing blow. Remove some of his scales, but his blood burns the poison away before it can infect him. Edwin, the battle feels like it is won, and yet the drow are resilient enemies, and until the final death toll rings, we cannot be sure.
Yeah, I will just claw at this guy with everything I've got. Right. So he's got to make a DC 12 escape attempt.
All right.
Right, so he is grappled.
Brilliant.
And I
Okay,
guess
so 25. He writhes in agony as you furiously stab him. I forgot about all the claw damage, not the 15 damage. Crikey. Yeah, he's writhing all right. Brutal.
the first claw missed, I think.
Oh, did it? My mistake.
Yeah.
So it did. Yeah, cool. All right. Brutal all the same. And yeah. The drow wails in terror.
All right, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. The Arachnomancer is dead. She travels to Loth's realm to find it extremely empty. Hell yeah.
You know, with her performance, she should be pretty happy to visit there.
Dahlia.
You're muted if you're tucking.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, so I'll move here. I can see there's a bunch of wretches still. That drow's pretty screwed. Pinned up against the corner by a scorpion and Devi. I'll have enough sorcery points. Yeah, just enough. I'll twin the second level guiding bolt at each of the. No, I'll twin one at the closest dredge and the second at the furthest drow. The one that's next to cast. So here's the first one at the closest dredge. 12, pretty pathetic.
Yep, not going to be enough.
Alright, and the second one at the furthest drow. 18.
It's going to do it.
Ah, only 11 damage. Another poor roll. But at least he's lit up now, and the next against him has advantage. And then I'll use my movement to back up. That's it.
All right. Father is dead. Noble.
Let's step into the room. Yeah, I'll shoot at the drow attacking Cass.
Okay.
Bit far away. I will use my. I'll use sharpshooter on the first attack, but not the second.
Okay. Not enough. Not enough.
Bonus action to allow Cass to attack, and then he will attack.
Not enough. This drow is a master of defense.
And then I'll have move 5 feet up.
Cool.
Make that 10.
Raz, you are flush with victory.
Let's do it again. Let's see. I can always be a complete ass and fireball him, but I think I'm just going to go with a firebolt, my trusty firebolt.
Ouch.
I mean, you did say you wanted to fight.
F in the chat for the now pile of ashes.
Yeah, he is severely wounded. A blast of fire goes straight through him. He gargles and gurgles and stands there knowing that he cannot win.
Still standing.
Still standing. Debbie.
All right. Hmm. You know, I've been saving it. I'm gonna cast it. I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardian. Just at 3rd level. And I'm gonna set my token. Gonna move here, and then I'm going to go ahead and stab this dude.
Okay. That's gonna be good.
All right,
Yep, yep.
I'm gonna use my haste action to stab this guy.
Okie doke.
I think that hits, and Cast will infuse your strike with the poison. So you can deal 1d6 extra damage.
The
So-
drow that is burning falls to the ground. Your blade hits for another 9, and he too knows that his survivability is very close to 0.
Did my chat die, or is everyone just quiet?
Everyone's
Oh,
just
okay.
quiet.
Okay.
The last.
Oh, sorry, that was into my turn.
Yep, yep. All right. The dretchers are stumbling around helpless and confused. This last drow surrenders just as his ally had done, although surrender might not be the right word because he's being crushed. In fact, he won't surrender. He is going to try to unleash whatever fury he can upon the giant scorpion in an attempt to somehow kill it. But all he manages to do is drop his blade on the ground. And as his blade falls from his hand, his last hope is lost alongside it.
Did he take the radiant damage from Spirit Guardian?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
All right,
He's
just
on.
double check.
Yeah, he's on about less than 1/4 hit points. He's pretty badly injured. And Edwin, you've already grappled, restrained your target. It's just a matter of deciding what his final fate is.
Edwin, I think he's had enough. Like we've got his sword.
Yeah, I think in scorpion form with this drow in my claws, I'll just carefully aim my stinger and jab him straight through the heart.
That should do it. And he is no longer a part of this world. Your stinger goes through one side and nails him up against the wall. He begins to vomit a kind of whitish fluid as his body simply cannot take the amount of poison that you inject into it.
Come on, Edwin. Like, we're not drow. That was pretty harsh.
just clack my claws together.
Like castanets.
And then I guess I'll move up to the nearest Dretch and claw.
All right, and you rip him. At least you grapple him anyway. You begin ripping him to shreds and crushing him. The Dretch is still hanging on to its what counts as life for a demon like it, but it's flailing around in terror. It finally uses its held action. Its held action being a fart.
Uh,
But your scorpion senses are inured to manure. Ha. Good one. Right. No fire snakes, no arachnomancers, no swarm of spiders. There is one dahlia.
Move up a bit. It just stretches. So we've got left. I'll hit the closest one to the scorpion with a sacred flame because that's just about all I have left.
All right. Okay. So that's the one that's being wrapped up in the claws, right?
Yeah.
He will have disadvantage because he's restrained. It's not going to help him in any case. He burns away with the radiant energy proving to be the anathema of his demonic flesh. He bubbles and boils and drips through the claws like sludge.
Horrible.
Remain where you are.
Yep.
No giant spiders. There is a nubble.
And Nubble will take 2 shots at the last drown. Not drown, Dretch. There are no drowns.
All right. As that, yep. The first one misses, the second one hits.
And also the infusion. Nice.
All right.
That's
And the
23 points.
drought will pop before your very eyes. He is form deflating like a balloon.
Fun fact, those are my last 2 arrows.
That is awesome. Kaz, is he content where he is?
He'll come up to my character, just sort of telling him off for letting his people kill fleeing prisoners. It's not very noble of them.
Not very noble. Alright, are you at last content?
I'm gonna go spit on and try to loot this arachnomancer's corpse.
Not a problem. It'll take some time. The iron vultures continue to consolidate Debbie.
All right. I'm still hasted, aren't I?
Yeah.
I think this is the last turn you're hasted.
Yeah,
Or
for this last round. As soon as my next turn ends, then haste ends.
That's
All right,
hilarious.
there's 30.
Gets to the loot, stunned, and is taken from you.
That's not what I'm looking for. I'm just making sure there's no more enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, Iron Vultures. What's up? I
Hey
will
there.
use my hasted action to dash.
Uh-huh.
Another 60. And yeah, I think we're clear, and I will use my regular action to dash.
All right.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
I think we're
And-
clear. Debbie
Yep, I will
says.
yell that we're clear. I think we're clear.
And at that point, a drow steps out of the alcove and he calls back to his kin, "No! Now is our only chance!" And he activates the runes from his position, which activate these runes, which were briefly illuminated by Dahlia's lightning bolt. And it's not as effective as they might have hoped, not by a long shot, but all the same, the explosion does go off. Cass is caught in it, as is the giant scorpion. Nubel is just at the very edge of it, as a fireball is triggered.
I'll give him the drow sign for just an insult. Just like, you missed me.
Haha. So dexterity 16, DC 16 save for the scorpion and for Cass. 22 points of fire damage.
They both made the save.
Both make the save. And the last two drow prepare to fight to the death. Edwin.
I will run straight at that guy. Make it. And attack.
All right.
Ineffectually.
Ineffectually indeed. Dahlia.
Let's move here. I don't see anybody at the moment. I assume this fireball's gone now.
Yes, it absolutely has.
That's the second time you've been fireballed there, Kinnear.
Ah, there they are.
Yep. Yep. 2 fireballs, 3 plagues of insects. Rough day for me.
He died, came back, went through it again.
I'm almost tapped out here, so I'm gonna throw a sacred flame to the northern drow, I guess.
All right.
And with that, my turn ends, and thusly Devi's haste and Raz's haste also end. And they are
Okay.
stunned, I imagine.
Yeah, that's right. They will be stunned for 1 round. And Nubel.
I actually wasn't joking. I don't have any arrows.
I believe you.
I go to the drow's corpse, and it has hand
And get some
crossbow.
crossbow bolts.
I'll,
Yeah, he does.
I guess, free action, take his little bag of bolts, and then as my action, I'll take his hand
Yeah.
crossbow and equip it.
Perfect. Raz is stunned. Iron vultures are
Still gets to
reluctant to
choose.
advance. Debbie is stunned. Is that all correct? You were saying something, sorry, Nubel?
It's not necessarily the stun condition. It's just you can't move or take actions. But yeah,
Right.
Cast,
wording matters for concentration only.
Good call.
yeah, bonus action, and Cast will move here, not there, here, and he'll
Yeah.
attack the drow.
Yep.
I mean, we
Not
all know he's
enough.
going to miss. Like, you have to give him the chance.
For some strange reason, the drow considers the giant scorpion to be a greater threat and focuses on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. All hits.
Yeah.
24 plus 17 is 51. Does that take you out of form?
It does.
The next one will be 24 plus another 15 is 39 points of damage to your elven form. These drow are making one hell of a final stand.
Okay.
Edwin.
All right. I will cast Hold Person on the one to the south.
Great idea. All right, wisdom save. He is held.
Could I cast that at level 3 and try it on both?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Another wisdom save, but it proves to be ineffective.
All right. And
Tough call.
yeah, I will try to back away.
That's fair. You are stabbed for your prudence, but it falls short and strikes only the air. Dahlia, 5 minutes to go.
Now what to do?
All right.
I will. I've got so little resources left. I will take advantage of the fact that one of them is held. I think that's what the net means, right?
That's
So
right. It's held. That's right. It's the whole person spell.
And I'll throw a second level guiding bolt at him.
Okay.
Single one.
That'll hit.
I'll just roll it twice in case I get a crit.
Good idea.
Oh, is that a crit? Plus
No,
5?
it's not. No.
It's 9.
Another
Yeah,
terrible
close.
damage roll. Only 12 damage. 12 damage.
All right, and he is certainly hanging on. Nooble.
I'll just move back
Yeah.
against the wall here
Great idea.
in case they try to charge forward.
He'll move here.
It was on the held one, yeah.
And he'll make his
Isn't
one.
isn't an auto crit on a paralyzed foe, or is that melee only?
Might be melee only. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it is melee only.
It is, yeah.
Cool. Nooble.
A hand crossbow against the one Cash is
Yeah.
fighting. Advantage.
Yeah, sure. Yep, you're within range. I'm very confident. Yep.
Oh,
Cool,
well,
cool.
sharpshooter. Why not?
Brilliant.
Yee!
That does it.
Okay. Infuse the strike.
Okay.
And I'm just going to check something. When I hit
Yeah.
a creature with an attack roll, so I will throw favored foe on there as well.
Sounds good. All those dice will be doubled.
He did.
24 and 12 is 36. Pretty significant. But this drow is an elite soldier, and he is not going down yet.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I
Nooble.
only get one attack because it's a crossbow. It has loading. But
Good
bonus
call.
action and Cass will attack.
Ravage. No, not enough. Raz.
Am I stunned or whatever still?
You were last round. You
Okay.
recover now. Yeah.
Where the hell is this guy?
You'll hear the clash of battle to the northeast.
Hmm. I guess I'll just dash.
Sounds good. Iron Vultures will do the same. They're going to run in and provide some assistance if possible, but get out of the way should they hinder our progress. Debbie.
All right. 30. And I'm going to take the dash action.
Uh-huh. Oh,
20, 25, 30.
at the end of the other guy's turn, he will roll whole person. I'll do that first, just to get out of the way. He's still held. This one will continue to fight the little dragon. Couple of stabs, 1, 2. Both of them will hit for 20 of 8 and 8 because he's immune to poison, so 16 on Cass. Edwin.
All right. I head back around the corner.
Yes, yes.
Um, I will cast Blight on the one that's not being held.
Great idea. That's a Constitution, correct?
Yep.
Alrighty, here we go. Whoa, he's hanging on. This battle shall never end. Okay, he looks as if he is defeated, particularly with his ally, so vulnerable, Dahlia.
All right. I'll try to finish off the one that's not held. Save it
Okay,
again.
all right. That should do it. Let's see. But he is quite agile, not this time. And he bursts into radiant flame, scorching him down to his blackened bone. All right. That will be the end of it, as no doubt Cass ravages him and Raz strikes him with firebolts or whatever resources he has left. And the Iron Vultures run in at last and finish him off, joining in on the drow slaying party.
So it's Cass doesn't
We
join
we
in
saved the
this, like-
heroes, guys. We saved them.
We saved them. I shall go AFK for a moment. If anyone's still here in a few moments, I'll see you then. Other than that, if you have to go now, thanks for a great session, for an extremely intense and long dungeon crawl, and
That's
see you
fun.
next week.
See you next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
See you next
Attacking
week,
a hell
everybody.
drow was too cowardly. I don't think Cass will take part in that. So you gonna say goodbye to the internet? Yep, the only one. You're still gonna.
Sure. Deuces.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I already
No,
feel bad about
no,
that
I
one.
didn't do that.